helping get people to, through, and beyond retirement for over 25 years. And each week, he wants to help give you that freedom to retire. Listen to Freedom to Retire with Jim Cipriotti, Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday afternoons at 5 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Just like our offensive line protects our star quarterback, plumbers protect the health of the nation. And Philadelphia Plumbers Union Local 690 is no different. In hospitals, commercial, industrial, and residential, with the best trained plumbers in the world, you can be sure your project is done on time and on budget, no matter how big or small. So when your business needs to build new or expand existing facilities, you can count on the members of Plumbers Union Local 690. Visit plumbers690.org.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
I learned it from my adoptive mom. Hold my hand.
You hold my hand.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. And one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
Philadelphia's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's Dom time. Now, Dom Giordano.
Okay, it is Dom time. Good Friday. A lot of good things happening today. Sean Parnell is going to be with us at 12:30. We had people calling in about the mail-in ballot yesterday, etc. He's leading the charge for Trump in Pennsylvania on that, but he was also there in Butler, right behind President Trump, when the assassination attempt happened. We have news out of the Secret Service. Weeks later, they're finally putting on administrative leave 5 or more, including the special agent in charge. How in the world, if you're in the Secret Service and something like this, do we allow this as a country to go on with this magical phrase, we have 60 days to issue a report? There's no law, there's no statute. I mean, I've been on this constantly. They should have had 2 days. I don't even know about 2 days. Give me your preliminary report in a half hour. That's what I want. Well, you got to be kidding me. I have coffee and donut here in front of me. What are you talking about? I'm the head of the Secret Service. You can't do that. 4 Pittsburgh agents, 1 Trump agent, the special agent in charge put on leave finally. They're running out the clock again. These clowns around it. And we're putting him in bulletproof glass. And some of you are saying, well, yeah, that's what we ought to be doing. No, not in America. Alan West yesterday said no. What's Sean Parnell, Dan? I'm taking Parnell says no. This is a disgrace. It's a Borowski
Someone
move.
join my team, please.
There you go. Yeah, if you're on the Borowski team, Dan, what do you think if we put that up on Twitter?
Yeah.
With the better safe than sorry crowd overwhelm me here with it. I can't imagine.
The optics, Dom. The optics.
The
It
optics.
looks good on the campaign trail when you got a guy that every time you look at him, there's a reminder that he was shot at.
By the way, penalty box, I don't know how much time he spent in the penalty box, but I got to tell you, Johnny from Mulligan's, key guest today, we'll be here at 2, Johnny Z, and we are steadily piling up a great Mulligan's a week from today. Dan, you got him. Well, I had a little part in it, but you got him. So tell us who is one of the guests. Now, we're working, just so you know, I'll announce this one. We're working on a guy, if possible, who last night, it took me 2.5 hours to get there. Ro came with me.
Yeah.
I didn't know Avalon's that far away.
It's pretty far.
Getting through Philadelphia traffic. I would only do it for Robin and protect our shore. I mean it. I mean, I thought I'd be there in an hour 45. It was over 2.5 hours.
That's terrible.
The Icuna
It's
Hotel.
closer than Wildwood, is it not?
Yes. The Icuna Hotel is where we did it. The head guy was there. What a beautiful facility.
Yeah, I think I went to a wedding there recently.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. And an unbelievable crowd. And Ron Jaworski was there. So they introduced me to him. He knows me. We've done stuff together before. And he lives in the area. We're hoping to get him to Mulligan's because I told him, Ron, I was running a little late. I didn't have the football. And I told him that I do believe I once threw a ball 40 yards. And I asked him, what's the farthest you've ever thrown a ball? And I think I texted you immediately standing there. Ron Jaworski in tryouts.
You were very excited.
84 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy. No way.
And he said, then he took his right arm up and said, Polish rifle. He was called the Polish rifle.
No way.
The one time there was a good Polish nickname, the Polish rifle. 84 yards.
All right, so I think the strongest arm in the NFL right now is probably who? Josh Allen over at the Bills?
Yep.
83 is his longest.
Yeah. I remember the Eagles had a guy.
So you're saying he throws further than Allen. Okay.
Back in the day, yeah.
That's nuts, though.
84 yards. So if he comes to Mulligan's, but Dan, who is definitively among our usuals going to be at Mulligan's a week from today?
Yeah, Dom, we are proud to announce a Broad Street bully himself, Joe Watson, alternate captain of the Flyers during that 74 Stanley Cup run. And, Dom, the guy that scored the shot that allegedly set the Russian hockey team back 25 years, Joe Watson's going to be joining us live at Mulligan's.
That is a tremendous get, and he's the guy that scored the goal that beat the Russians. That's what I remember.
I love it.
So I'd love to meet you, shake hands, get a beer, get a book.
Buy him a beer.
Buy him a beer. Yeah, Joe Watson will be there, and we're working on Ron, but we got a bunch of others. This is going to be a fabulous end of the year with Mulligan's. So I do hope you're there. 310 West Hildreth Avenue, right near the Acme, there in Wildwood, New Jersey. You hear us talking about it all the time. Summer White House. I don't know if they have any of those shirts left. His wife actually, Johnny, might put together the T-shirt, the Summer White House. That's exactly what it is. We are thrilled to go there. Now, speaking of the NFL, the Democratic Party is trying to do two things. And Joe Scarborough added another. The lies last night. First of all, the lies around abortion and Trump. You're not going to, now, this is the upside of Trump's mangling and his personality. There's no way that Kamala Harris or anybody else is going to convince people that Trump is hell-bent on putting into play a federal abortion law banning abortion completely. Trump! My God, that's why we have to take Lindsey Graham on a long vacation over the next 75 days. You know, pay him off, go somewhere nice, shut him up.
I didn't ask for this.
He's the big mouth who starts that stuff. No way that Trump is for that. She lied about that. She lied about most of that throughout it. But they're doing two things. They're calling themselves the Freedom Party. Now, can you imagine the party that under COVID showed their everyday tyranny? The party that wants to ban the gas stove, mess up our showers, mess up our toilets, mess up our dishwashers, get us out of our cars. How can they adopt freedom? Because it means one thing. You can get all the abortions you want. And your kids can read Lawn Boy if they survive. So if you have a kid you don't abort, that kid someday, Dan, can grow up to be reading Lawn Boy when he's 8 or 9 years of age. Every transgender book that's graphic that you can't read at school board meetings, this party stands to do it. You know what the epitome of this party is, Dan? And look, I don't have any dog in this fight. Knock yourself out. Do you know what this weekend is?
What's that?
Big event in Philadelphia. Henry looks like he would know about this. He looks like a bicycle rider. What big bicycle event? The big bicycle event of the weekend is this weekend.
He says the Manayunk race?
No, that's for amateur. That's a great one. That, going up that hill.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, there's not a lot.
Oh, wait, is it nude?
It is the naked bike ride.
Wait,
yes.
why do you think Henry would know that?
Well, he's a bicyclist. I thought he's our sports guy.
Is he a nudist, too?
Yeah, he's a nudist, maybe. I would just say, maybe it's a sexist comment for guys, I wouldn't be going there thinking you're going to see all this pulchritude or anything, because there's a second point to these bicyclists who are breaking the law, and that is body positivity, meaning it doesn't matter how you look. You should be able to ride your bike naked for hours through. And here's where they made the mistake. They used to do it through Center City, and everybody goes, oh, isn't that that's quirky for Philadelphia. They did it one time in South Philly, I think, as masses were getting out or something. Oh, man.
Are the Mummers out, too?
Yeah, no, the Mummers would
Could you imagine that clash? The Mummers versus the naked bike
Yeah,
riders?
they might take care of business while playing O Banjo or something. Yeah, so the naked bike ride, that's what this progressive party's about. They think things like this through city streets are fine. That happens over the weekend. And it's about 2,000 bike riders this year. All right, here's Joe Scarborough.
Quite a show.
Joe Scarborough telling us they're not only the party of freedom, they are the party now of the NFL. And guess what? I may agree with them, Dan. The NFL has so degenerated, the Democrat Party now owns the NFL. Here's what he said.
Our job for everyone watching is to get in the trenches and do the blocking and tackling.
Oh, it's so corny.
God, blocking and
All right, I
tackling.
tell you what, as a high school football player and former high school football coach, this guy speaking my language, and even that line that some people flinched at, but football players
Yeah,
know,
we flinched.
you can sleep when you're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah, let's go run another couple of,
Billy Guy,
series.
stop.
But I tell you what, the Democratic Party, really, the sports analogies and everything else really came tumbling out. They seem to be the party of the NFL now.
It's the party of football.
no.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know if people
Wait,
appreciate.
what?
Mika, this is something that I did not think was possible.
I didn't see it coming.
I come from the world of sports.
You do.
In my lifetime, I have not ever considered that the Democratic Party would be the party that has the most plausible claim to the largest organism in a culture war,
Right.
which is football.
Oh, man. So, Dan, we're the conservatives and all that. We're always bringing up culture wars. Now, you and I think, try to refrain. We don't want to be hacks that every second, everything, the Bud Light thing, all right, is it time to let it go? We consider. And here, this guy thinks he has the sledgehammer now. Yes, they're the party of the biggest cultural organism out there, the NFL. Well, I think the NFL would do anything, so I could see it. I mean, they've taken away the kickoff. I don't even know what it is they do now.
It's just such a stupid.
Yeah. I know.
Like NFL, okay, I get that. But you go down to the heartland of Texas and ask high school football mothers and fathers if they're going to vote Democrat. You really think they're going to say, yeah, Tim Waltz really convinced me to vote Democrat?
Let's put Tim Waltz out there in Plano, Texas tonight and see what
think
happens.
fans of Alabama, SEC, Clemson are going to say, oh, yeah, Tim Waltz. Yeah, real relatable.
Straight Alliance. Yeah, Tim
this
Waltz.
coach who I could see on Glee on ABC. Yeah, he's going to convince me to be a Democratic voter.
You've been sitting in that line since at least before the show today.
He's like a musical coach. He's not like a real coach.
Yeah, so those are some of the takeaways. Now, this party of freedom thing, Trump doesn't like to dissect. That's mainly Chris. He jumps over stuff. He makes a comment and just moves on. Talking about this freedom thing, because that's what they're going to try to ride with the media help, gives Trump an easy opportunity to move forward. We're talking about things he loves to talk about. The low-flow shower. I think he talks about the toilet flushing for some reason. Mine's a shower. Can't people relate? Everybody wants a brisk, warm shower, right?
Yep.
Not the Democrats. No. I wonder what Tim Walz would say about that. The Great Walls of China. All right. RFK Jr. Yeah, Earl of Tacony never said that. Earl of Tacony is just a fictitious. He doesn't exist. All right. He'll be at Mulligan's, but he doesn't really exist.
Nope.
Okay. RFK Jr. is supposed to speak, I think, pretty soon.
I am a real person with.
We'll dip into that.
RFK speaking.
As soon. I don't have a timeline on this. Trump is there, too, in Phoenix, and so is RFK Jr. I have a look at if RFK Jr. becomes Trump's health secretary. I'll give you that coming up. What does he want to do? What is it that he would go after? And I think people would support a lot of that. Heading up the CIA, Dan, I don't know. That's kind of the mischief that would happen there. But two things. He is going to drop out. He has dropped out in Arizona. He seems to be trying to extract, or his people around him, that he stay on the ballot in New York and I think Arizona. He's not on the ballot in Pennsylvania. And if I were Trump, I'd say, no deal. we don't want you on the ballot in Pennsylvania. But if he gets health secretary, I think he's going to do it. We should know by the weekend. The bigger story potentially is this, though, that Trump and the Kemp guy in Georgia have kind of buried the hatchet, meaning they said complimentary things yesterday. We have to work together. And look, I know the problems with those guys in Georgia. They give rhinos a bad name, or a good name maybe. But they have a great machine there. That guy wants to run for president. He's been elected overwhelmingly in Georgia. They have tightened up election laws. So if Trump and the Kemp machine are playing ball with each other, I think Georgia is going to be Trump's. That may be bigger than what RFK is doing today, even though it's not making the news, obviously, as RFK. All right, I happened to see this one on Twitter for the side question today, and I just went through my own mind. I love this question, and I'm sure we're going to have, the all-time response to a side question, Dan, is what song should you play at the wedding, Dancing with Your Mother? Oh, my God. Jim Kelly said, I got to go home. I can't take anymore. The phone line, the bulbs were burning out here. There were thousands of impressions of potential calls.
Jim, a wedding DJ himself, is chomping at the bit of his own answers in there.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't top that. But here's the, give us a scene. We don't want to know the whole film or TV show, but take us inside the scene that triggers a strong emotion in you, whatever that strong emotion might be in a film or TV show. I have a couple of them. A Few Good Men, and it's not the line, you can't handle the truth. It's when he gives it up and says, that he did order the code red. Oh, when he blurts that out. Jack Nicholson is just beyond, it's the best of Nicholson. The other one, Dan, a little bit off the beaten path. Maybe it's a teacher in me. Dead Poets Society, Robin Williams. I don't know if he won an Academy Award for that. He should have, or somebody should have in that. At the end, when the dean of the school is trying to continue the class, and the first kid stands up on his desk and says, "Oh, Captain, my Captain." That was the poem they used throughout. And then at the end, as Robin Williams is leaving, there's like 15 kids standing on their desk reciting. They're going to be thrown out of school, too. That scene does trigger a lot with me. What's yours?
I think it lost out to Driving Miss Daisy. Is that what I'm seeing here? Or maybe that's next year.
Okay.
So, Dom, you hear the music in the background, and it's a TV show that both of us love. But even watching the TV show after you watch the movie, based on the book written by former host here, Buzz Bissinger, but the film, you see it happen, and then the TV show in the first scene, you see Jason Street, quarterback, going down the side, or throwing an interception, going down the sideline, making a tackle, and becoming paralyzed. You see a kid's dreams just completely wash away. Into injury, and an entire town change, and it sets a sad tone for an entire series, but very, very emotional scene
it triggers so many elements of that. Yeah, without a doubt.
Sorry, Friday Night Lights, if I didn't say
Friday Night Lights, yeah, definitely. All right, that's a side question. Get in, though, is the Democrat Party now, the party of the NFL. They're lying last night to bump up the numbers for Kamala Harris TV watching nationally. They let loose these rumors that Beyonce was going to perform, kind of to take them out of the convention. I bet that gained a couple million potential watchers that they can now say, boy, look how we overwhelmed you. And they are going to get, it seems to me, a pretty nice bounce from the election. But guess what? Trump on it already. Two big things today. One, RFK Jr., that is big. And Kemp in Georgia, if he really works at it, I think Trump wins Georgia. And that has come in play now. So this is shaping up to be incredibly tight, tighter than the last time. Sean Parnell leading the mail-in ballot effort here at 12:30. Plus, we'll talk with him. He was right behind the president when Trump was shot, about the Secret Service stuff, the bulletproof stuff, and a bunch of other things. Love to get you in. 855-839-1210.
High school football is back.
High school football is back.
And so is the Friday Night High School Football Scoreboard Show. Join Daryl Dobis, James Bailey, and Matt Dents. Friday nights 10 till midnight. for a rundown of all the big high school games in the region and expert analysis. The Friday Night High School Football Scoreboard Show. Friday night at 10. Only on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
Hi, it's Rich Zioli. I'm joined here today by my friend, the co-president and CEO of Cooper University Healthcare, the one and only Dr. Anthony Mazzarelli. Dr. Maz and I are here to tell you about our buddy, Dr. Mike Veneria. Not only is he my dentist, he's my family's dentist as well. And not sure if you knew this, he's Dr. Maz's dentist too.
That's right, Rich. Dr. Mike Veneria is and has been my dentist also. And, doctors choosing doctors, that can be quite a selective process. And not only do I go to them, but for years, my sister and my niece and my nephew, the whole family goes.
Well, it's no secret. We're all delighted by the care that Dr. Mike Veneria and his award-winning team provide, and you need to check him out.
Whether you're looking for pediatric, general, cosmetic, implant dentistry, you don't need to look any further. Dr. Veneria's office does everything. Dr. Veneria's office also exceeds all CDC guidelines and has always maintained the strictest infection control, like their centralized UV sterilization of airflow, which is incredibly important to me.
Locations are right over the bridge in Cinnaminson and Woodbury. Your perfect smile's waiting. Call 856-786-2020 or visit veneriadental.com.
Hi, this is Joe Meterchick, PNC Bank Regional President. Sticking to the fundamentals and not wavering from the game plan is a great philosophy for football and banking. And for nearly 160 years, our dedicated local PNC teams are in formation to help fans receive sound and reliable, personalized financial advice to get them across the goal line. Because, as we see it, a win for them is a win for the greater Philadelphia community. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Rhea. Keep the summer vibes going with Lexus of Cherry Hill during the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. They are proudly celebrating 35 years in business. Over 300 new and L-certified pre-owned Lexus to choose from, and the all-new GX has arrived. Being veteran-owned, family-operated, and a 6-time J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence winner, Lexus of Cherry Hill provides luxury customer service. So go talk to Tony and his team to set yourself up with some of the best deals of the year. Visit LexusofCherryHill.com.
For J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence information, visit jdpower.com/US-DOE.
There's only one place to get that perfect custom gift for your special someone. Cozy Jewelers' family-owned and operated showroom in Newtown Square. See their 5 C's in person. That's color, cut, clarity, carat, and of course, the Cozy touch. If you have something unique in mind, Cozy will help you customize your piece with all work done in-house, so you always walk away with that unparalleled Cozy quality. For your custom jewelry, stop by Cozy Jewelers in Newtown Square or online at cozyjewelers.com and step up to the 5th C.
This is Jordan Lundy of Lundy Law. When we say we hope you're never involved in an accident, we mean it. But if you are injured in an accident, we'll work quickly and tirelessly to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. And when we also say we only get paid when your case is over and you get paid, we mean it. Remember our name, Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Call 1-800-LUNDY-LAW or visit LundyLaw.com.
Hey, Ambler. We know your favorite station is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Follow us anywhere on the free Odyssey app.
All right, Tom Giordano Show. Welcome in, everyone. Good Friday. 855-839-1210. That's how you get in. One thing, I only saw it reported in one spot. One of the most shameful things, and one of the reasons why Democrats get away with what they do, it's not just the media, it's the Catholic Church. Look, I'm so tired of it. Knock yourself at the abortion thing endlessly to try to use that as the party of freedom, etc. We get it. There are reasonable places for reasonable people to go. And Trump is one of those reasonable people. Cardinal Kupik, he is a cardinal in the Chicago area, and he is Pope Francis' point man. They're in sync big time. He actually spoke at the convention, and he talked about all the high-level discussions going on around the issue of life. Really? Really? Are you that much of a fool? Are you that much in the tank? Do your job. And your job is, if they're a Catholic, get them the hell out of the church, every single one of them. Don't show up at the Democrat convention. You wouldn't go to the Republican convention. Again, I hate talking about this as much as it comes up. But that seemed to be a quarter of their convention is abortion. They use that to say they're the party of freedom. And we talked about the freedoms they want to deny, including the freedom of religion. Little Sisters of the Poor still engaged in courts over the contraception issue, etc. I mean, just endless restriction of religious freedom. That's what they're about. They are not the party of freedom. They may be the party of the NFL, but Dan raised some good points there. Maybe what I meant by that, Dan, is the engineers of the NFL, that try to posture all this politically correct stuff. But the average NFL fan, are they in the captivity of the Democrat Party? I don't think so. I just can't even imagine that is the case, that they see it that way. All right, so 855-839-1210. By the way, Dan, I did talk a little bit, Ron Jaworski, commending him when he was doing the pregame show. Mm-hmm. And they had, I guess it was NBC 10, not sure. Christie was the interview when they were playing Dallas. Oh, man. Can you imagine? It was outside. It was outside in the tailgate area. Oh, my God. That guy gets on every nerve, doesn't he, Christie? I mean, he really just goes out of his way to engage in that. All right, so that's the RFK Jr. We're waiting. He should be speaking soon. The guess is, without a doubt, he is dropping out. He's already dropped out of Arizona. Will he fully endorse Trump? And if so, what does he think he will get? If he heads up Health and Human Services, there's more than a little speculation. Of course, the vaccine issue is a big one. But there is a hope that RFK Jr. would get into the gender-affirming care part of it also, all right? But the COVID stuff and the vaccine stuff, there would be quite a fight. It would be real. This is the place we're going to go, heading up Health and Human Services, I think. Would we see him on any number of other fronts? Now, I think he potentially, I have to see case by case, goes too far with Big Pharma, in that America's drug companies also are producing things that enhance our lives and make our lives better and save lives. So I'd have to see exactly what he does. But on the COVID stuff and the vaccines, that would be amazing what might happen there. And it all could happen this afternoon. I'm looking at a story in the Wall Street Journal. I'm going to play you Elizabeth Warren yesterday, who had one of the hugest ovations there, shockingly. She's on CNBC. Listen to this exchange with CNBC's Kernan, one of their big guys. Dan, what Warren and Casey particularly says this fraudulent statistic. They have record profits. Listen to this exchange, and I think Elizabeth Warren brings up a big egg company, or they get into it. 1 year, they've had avian flu, Dan. They had to kill off millions of birds, right?
Yeah, it's here.
Well, obviously, you cut this, your stock will go down, and then the next year, it's going to go back to normal, which will show a 75% increase. They're beyond lying. And the media, this guy on CNBC is the only one that said that. What do you think Casey would say if I hit him with that, Dan? I think he'd be stunned. I just think he'd sit there last night, this guy there because of the father. Listen to this exchange with Warren. Why are some companies getting record-breaking profits?
Cal-Maine raises the price of eggs. Their profit margins increase by 718%. That's not just passing along costs.
Senator,
and that is a time in
that's
any
sophistry. Your example on Kraft. Your example on Kraft is even worse.
You finished first. In any of the states around the country that already have price gouging laws in place.
Can I tell you why that those are fallacious and misleading at best? And your Kraft analogy is even. Why can't I tell you? Please let me tell you. Kraft, you say, was 440% profit increase. The example you used The prior quarter from the year before, they had a charge of $1.3 billion, an accounting change which wiped out profits. Then they earned what they normally. Let me finish now. They earned.
You didn't let me finish. Look at the data. Come on. We have economic study now after economic study.
This is the way it always goes.
When there is more concentration,
40 million eggs were destroyed because of avian flu.
When there is more concentration in an industry, we have seen much greater increases in
Do you attribute the inflation?
Margins.
That's what you think we need to do to solve it?
They're not random. They are not random one-offs. It is part of the problem.
Like
when you've got companies that are gouging consumers on prices, consumers need to know they've got somebody on their side.
Senator,
and
listen, we're trying to help. We're trying to actually do.
Where are you in the 37 states that currently have price gouging laws?
Just quickly on that point, Senator Warren,
can you?
This is Kelly here. Can I just clarify how this?
This is the way you never lose an argument because no one can ever say anything back to you, Senator.
The state price gouging laws take.
There you go. So the point, and Dan, Republicans, God,
a beer.
Do we have to do everything here? They have to get out there ahead of this. It's kind of a nuanced point. And Bob Casey, Dan, I'm standing right there here at a local TV station when Casey's prattle on. Record profits, he's saying. Doesn't anybody know this stuff to say, are you kidding me? Now, to Dan's point from last week, if there are monopolies here by the definition of our laws, Sherman antitrust, we have all kinds of things we should be using. Why didn't Kamala Harris use those things? Why not go after them if too small of a group is controlling food prices? But it's ridiculous, this notion that somehow or another, one year to the other, is not something that might have record profits one year over the other because of the previous year was so bad.
What if you're 90 years old and you live in a rural area in Pennsylvania?
Who writes this guy's stuff? That's Bob Casey Jr. about drop boxes. Shouldn't there be a drop box out there? You're a farmer. That's hard work. Need a drop box.
What if you live in a rural area and you can't get to the county election bureau?
Oh, God, Dan. All right, we're going to talk with the great Captain Sean Parnell, head of the Trump mail-in ballot operation here in Pennsylvania, behind President Trump when he was shot. All these breaking developments. Get in right now. Hey, I've told you for years about my friend, dentist, board-certified prosthodontist, Dr. Robert Bentz.
Shouldn't you have a drop box?
And the Bentz Dental Group. He's known for helping people, and I saw it in action. I told you last week, this older Italian woman had fear and anxiety. There was everybody there. It was like a UN translating in languages. And Dr. Bentz, Dan, was actually talking in Italian for a while there. You know, I was picking up a little bit. Dom, would you like to come over here and say, no, I'm just here to have a tooth put in. But they do the type of work that is so individualized, so suited to the patient, all backed up by this tremendous technology, that 3D printer we always kid about to make your teeth precisely. It is the Bentz Dental Group. You will get tremendous care. Heading back to school, back to work time, thinking about putting everything in order. Get that checkup. Get that initial evaluation with Dr. Bentz, thebentzdentalgroup.com, or call them for that appointment right now, 610-272-6949. Visit bentzdentalgroup.com. Tell them Dom G sent you, 610-272-6949.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wawa has new Southwest flavors, like the roasted chicken fajita veggie quesadilla.
Fajita veggies?
Or the beefsteak burrito with salsa roja.
Salsa roja? Love.
You can also add fire-roasted corn and crispy jalapenos.
No way. All from Wawa.
Oh, you bet. Wawa's always keeping things fresh. And this time, it's with delicious Southwest flavors. Try them in a burrito, bowl, or quesadilla, and build it just how you like it. Gotta have a Wawa.
When you need to know, depend on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
The Philly bookstore crawl returns for a second year tomorrow. A study from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis says your money stretches further in Pennsylvania than it does in most states. And Quakertown native Sabrina Carpenter drops her 6th album, Short and Sweet.
Get the latest anytime on KYW News Radio. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM.
You've never needed us more.
Are you looking for a place to call home? Say hello to hassle-free home loans with American Heritage Credit Union. Our team will guide you through every step from pre-approval to closing. And with the MyCU Home Connection program through American Heritage, you can unlock exclusive benefits, including a $500 lender credit, cash rewards, and discount when you buy or sell a home. Visit AmericanHeritageCU.org/homeconnection to learn more. Insured by NCUA. Not a member? Join today. NMLS 433838.
Chronic pain, cancer, fatigue. Find out about the benefits of medical hydration therapy on Health Watch with Dr. Molly Fantasia every Sunday morning at 8 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Weather sponsored by Holland Floor Covering.
Should be a beautiful weekend starting today with sun and 82 degrees going down to 62 overnight. It'll be a little warmer tomorrow, 85 with some clouds moving in. More sun on Sunday with a high of 87, 88 for Monday, but the possibility of some rain.
Holland Floor Covering is the region's premier flooring dealer. Reimagine your space with new carpet, tile, or area rugs. It can add character and a welcoming experience to your home. Showrooms in Wayne and Newtown. No charge samples, no obligation estimates. Learn more at hollandfloor.com.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, live from the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter.
All right, Tom Giordano's show. Every time we have a chance to speak with Army Ranger, Combat Infantryman Captain Sean Parnell, I sometimes neglect to pick out some of the facts of his resume. Veteran of 485 days of fierce fighting along the Afghan-Pakistan border. The book, Outlaw Platoon, killed over 350 enemy fighters in some of the biggest firefights of the Afghan war. His men gave far more than they received. And so does a captain who now heads up, last time we talked with him, the mail-in ballot effort. That's why we wanted to talk with him. But also, breaking news today, we have the Secret Service sort of finally acting on at least 5 agents. Let's go to Sean Parnell. Captain, welcome back, and particularly, I believe it's this weekend, the anniversary of one of the biggest preventable disasters in American military history, 3rd-year anniversary of the withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Yeah, hey, Dom, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here as usual. And, yeah, the Afghan surrender really has become a microcosm of, as huge of a tragedy as it was, it's become a microcosm of one tragedy after the next of how Biden-Harris have conducted business in the White House. I mean, surrendering in Afghanistan really set the tone for what has been just a disastrous, administration, not just here domestically, but all over the world. America is clearly today has been greatly diminished. I mean, we're in economic dire straits, of course, but our enemies sure as heck don't respect us, and our allies are laughing at us behind our back because we're not as strong as we used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about another aspect of it. One of the groups, I think the Army Rangers and Navy SEALs, and the SEALs get more of the publicity, but both are still, they haven't been watered down. The Secret Service, in my view, is beyond belief in several things we've seen. Your thoughts? You were actually there when the shots went off. You could have been hit pretty easily. That they have disciplined of a sort now, administrative leave, 4 in Pittsburgh and 1 the special agent.
Well, I mean, I would just say it's about time. It's I've said it before, Dom, and I'll continue saying it. What happened was incomprehensible to me on a lot of different fronts. And the reason for that is that all my life, the United States Secret Service has been seen, both here at home and, again, globally, as the premier protection outfit. Their reputation alone has deterred countless assassination attempts. I mean, they always have been perceived as just stellar in every way. And then the catastrophic failure on July 13th, and just by almost every single metric, all failures that happen at the exact same time. It's incomprehensible to me, because to me, like, just saying that this was just one big mistake, everything just went wrong all at the same time, to me, that in and of itself is a conspiracy theory. I mean, obviously, how was a 20-year-old with no training whatsoever able to outsmart the premier protection agency in the world? How is a 20-year-old able to do drone reconnaissance? I mean, he allegedly had a remote detonator on him and allegedly had explosives in his car. Well, guess what? Like, you don't learn to do that stuff on the internet, or the feds converge on you. You just don't learn how to do this stuff. So clearly now, and if you look what Congressman Mike Waltz out of Florida is talking about, is it looks like this guy was talking in at least 3 different countries on encrypted communication devices with other people. So if, according to the congressman, he doesn't believe, the congressman who is a former special forces guy, doesn't believe that Crooks was acting alone. But the fact that none of this information has really come out, and it's taken Republican members of the U.S. House of Representatives to really bang that drum just for this information to come out, should not give Americans on either side of the aisle a warm and fuzzy about any of this.
You're right.
The truth is,
Sean, one of the things I'd like to see somebody stand up and say, it's not a law, it's not a statute. You don't get 60 days to file a report. How do we ever come up with the 60 days? Who made that up? What law is that? They act as if it's the Supreme Court has ruled on this.
it is. I hate to laugh about it, but it's just so absurd, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
And when you look at the former director of the United States Secret Service, Cheadle, gets up in her congressional testimony and she lies. Give her some grace. Just say she wasn't acting with transparency, right? And now you have acting director of the Secret Service, Rowe. He's also not being transparent. I would go so far as to say lying. Christopher Wray, director of the FBI, we're not sure if Trump was shot with a bullet. Yes, you were. 24 hours later, the FBI had to issue a correction saying that, yep, actually Trump was shot by a bullet and not shrapnel. But he did that to feed these, assassination hoaxers on the left, which does nothing but maybe pave the way for more violence. And all of these government officials, by the way, are lying to Democrats and Republicans, okay? This is not a partisan issue. Secret Service protects Democrats and Republicans. And so it doesn't give me any confidence whatsoever that we're going to have any transparency with this investigation. And so, again, it's welcome to me that agents, I think you said 5 agents now are being held accountable. Really, what does that mean? I mean, sounds like it's a slap on the wrist at this point. We don't really know anything else about the assassination attempt, right? It's been over a month. We know nothing about it. And all of this is just concerning.
Yeah, without a doubt, Sean. Now, I asked Alan West this yesterday. We have an ongoing thing. I get what would it hurt to put the president inside the penalty box, bulletproof glass? But something about that just says, man, we have come to this point where that's what we have to do with public figures.
It's such a powerful point that you're making. And as you said that, I was reminded of a soundbite of President Trump yesterday rejecting intelligence briefings. Well, he's rejecting intelligence briefings because the FBI sent people in his intelligence briefings in 2016 to extract information that were really for Crossfire Hurricane, this bogus Russia collusion nonsense. Mm-hmm. Well, what does that say about our country as well, where we have a president, a would-be next president, doesn't trust his intelligence communities for good reason, for very good reason. Now you add to that, he's out there giving, rallies behind bulletproof and ballistic glass. And I would also say, for those who listening who might maybe on the fence about Trump, woman fainted, passed out, was a heat casualty at a rally a couple of days ago. Trump didn't hesitate, walked out from behind that ballistic glass, went down, helped the woman up, gave her a hug. I mean, leadership is about how you act in the moment. We've got lots of politicians on both sides of the aisle that talk a good game about leadership, and they tend to watch the hem and haw and test the political winds. They watch to see which direction a parade is marching, and then they run up to the front as if they were there all along. That's not how Trump is. You know, he's a leader, deeds not words. And in the moment of certainly in the wake of the assassination attempt, rising up and saying fight, 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 but even surrounded by bulletproof glass, doesn't hesitate to help a woman who had fainted in the crowd. I mean, it just speaks volumes of the guy's character. You juxtapose that to Kamala Harris and, you know, stolen valor, Tim Walz, and they haven't done a single media interview. They haven't done an interview at all.
I was going to go there with the great walls of China, Tim Walz, with you, Sean, but I knew what you would say, and you're exactly on. Now, a guy that we trust, Dan, I need you, the pronunciation. You have it pretty good on the last name. Ethan K.
Kustapa, no, hey.
Rumbas.
Ethan K.
Ethan K. I don't know if you know him. Yeah, I thought you would, yeah. He had a thing up there you go. Up on Twitter, Sean, that intrigued me, that Democrats at this point are going to have a lot of racing to do to match where they were in 2022 and mail-in balloting in 2020. That's good news. So I don't want to help them, but what's the reason they're that far behind, do you think?
Oh, yeah. First of all, they're not just a little bit behind. They are a lot behind. We're talking hundreds of thousands, I think 700,000 behind where they were in 2020. Put that in perspective. As of August 20th of this year, in 2020, in August 20th, Democrats had 129,652 mail-in votes banked in Philly. Today, 92,000. So that's minus 36,000, right? In Allegheny County, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which I would argue where the election was won in Pennsylvania, won in quotations by the Democrats. In 2020, they had 129,000. Democrats had 129,000 thereabouts vote by mail. In 2024, it's 106, so minus 22,000. You extrapolate that over 67 counties in this state, they are down in a big way. And the reason for that is that no one was excited to vote for Biden. No one. Yes. And the Democrats, I think, had a real difficult time getting people to return those ballots. And then guess what? They switched out their candidate to the last minute. They select Kamala Harris. She's not elected. And in a primary, you know how it goes in a primary. If in a healthy primary, whoever rallies the base tends to win. Well, Kamala Harris has never had to rally the base in a primary election because she's never run. So people don't know who she is. So Democrats even still are having to introduce her to their voters, therefore having trouble getting people to return their mail-in votes. Is it possible for them to catch up? Absolutely. They're going to have to spend a ton of money to do it, but we are doing better than them this cycle.
Wait a minute, you're ahead? You are ahead?
Not in totals, but we are banking. Not in total, right? Because we are starting behind the curve, right?
Yeah.
The Democrats have. I will say this about the Democrats: they've been ruthlessly efficient with this program since 2020. Republicans have not fought with the rules of engagement on the political battlefield that were with us for a couple cycles, but we are now, and we are registering voters and banking vote-by-mail votes at a faster clip than them now. Now, they have a bigger head start than we do, but here's the point. In order for the Democrats to win Pennsylvania, and this is so important for listeners, they have to have the same number of mail-in votes that they had in 2020. They pulled out all the stops in 2020, used the pandemic to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They got to have that number as a floor. They have to have it. And as of right now, they don't. And we've got a whole new political battlefield opened up in front of us, and we're fighting on it, and we're very, very effective. I mean, listen to this, Dom. In the entire 2022 cycle, Republicans had 280,000 thereabout vote by mails. In the entire cycle. Right now, as of right now, we're at almost at 270,000 banked. As of right this moment, we got, 75 days till Election Day?
Wow.
With our whole program designed to peak in efficiency in September and October.
Yeah, but let me put something in there, too. That's all great, but we got the right guy in charge of this. You get it. This is the battlefield, the mission statement. You have a guy like you involved in this, and I feel so much better about it.
Well, thank you for saying that. You know, I just love my country, and I love this party, and I certainly share people's concerns about mail-in voting. And in a perfect world, you know, if I'm governor someday of this state, believe me, mail-in voting, we'll go back to the way things were. But we've got to win.
Well, wait a minute. I'm looking forward to that, Dan. Get that down. Parnell running for governor, Dan. We got that first. But so, Sean, what do we do? Because, you know, rather than coming on with a message, oh, we're way behind, we got to fight, we are on the battlefield this time around, big time. That is thrilling news, but this is where we finish them off. So what are you telling people to do?
Keep the faith and take action in your community. I mean, you can go to skipthelinepa.com, get all the information on our program. I mean, that's if you're interested in voting by mail, go there, check it out. But one person can change the world. And the bottom line, if you're listening, campaign like we are 10 points down. It doesn't matter what the polls say. It doesn't even matter like the efficiency of our program. The only thing that people need to focus on is just campaign like we're 10 points down. Bring 10 people to the polls on Election Day, and we will win this thing.
Where can we find Battleground Live?
Oh, I am live from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Rumble, and then on iHeart Radio app at 6 p.m. So you can check me out on either place.
Got to get you here in Philadelphia. Sean, thank you. Most encouraging today. Really, really good stuff.
Oh, you are welcome, my friend. I'll talk to you soon, Dom.
Thanks. Captain Sean Parnell, Dan. Yesterday, Alan West, Sean Parnell. How does the other side ever have a chance with guys like that? You heard what he said.
Wait. They're the party of masculinity, Dom.
No, that's right. Yeah, Tim Walz would just flick these guys off. I'm sure Chris Hayes, the guy that wears a onesie over there on MSNBC, their idea of masculinity. Yeah. Joe Scarborough wouldn't deign. You know, he'd send Mika out to deal with it. Oh, my God. You heard what he said, how far behind they are, and they are ahead at this point. Wow. That is exciting news. So, you know, anytime I hear somebody calling on the mail-in ballot, I'm going to do that this year. As much as I know I'll be there on Election Day, it's more they're not chasing people like me or you. Then you move on to trying to influence other people to do this. Today is a big day. RFK Jr. dropping out. Hopefully endorsing Trump, moving forward on that. And the bigger story, Kemp in Jersey. All right, 855-839-1210. Get in on the side question. Give us that movie or TV scene that really triggers in you a big-time emotion. Dan, any on YouTube today or on Twitter or anywhere else?
Sorry, I don't have that up in front of me.
Okay.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yes. Yeah. What's the scene, though?
Not specified here. You got to
say the scene. Yeah, the film doesn't do it. It's the scene.
Yeah. George C. Scott addressing his troops as Patton in front of the huge American flag.
Yep. Don't kill the other. Don't die for your country. Kill the other SOB for his country. All right, 85. Can you imagine Patton as a guest in studio and talk radio? You might get shot if you go the wrong way. 855-839-1210. Hope that cheered you hearing Captain Sean Parnell. And running for governor, Dan. Not the same. He's governor. Oh, boy. Josh Shapiro, here we go. That would be quite a battle. Hey, you've heard us talk about FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, America's #1 sportsbook. Well, we have something a little different for you. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with the YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and current form of payment, but you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com/Dom. Download America's #1 sportsbook. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 1210 WPHT. You have to be 21 plus. Present in Pennsylvania. For full price of NFL Sunday Ticket will be automatically charged seasonally after free trial. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
Talk Radio 1210's Huge Politics and Pints with Donald Trump Jr. is Thursday, September 12th. Be there as Dom Giordano talks to Donald Trump Jr. about the election, politics, and all things Trump. Thursday, September 12th at Scottish Rite Auditorium in Collingswood. Your Tickets include a copy of Letters to Trump by former President Trump. The cash bar will be available. Get your tickets now at 1210WPHT.com.
At Wawa, you can always find the right drinks for the right time. And Wawa's pumpkin drinks are back sooner than ever, so you can enjoy the best of summer and fall. Enjoy a pumpkin brulee milkshake by the pool. Sip a pumpkin cheesecake smoothie while skateboarding. Or take a pumpkin spice iced coffee on a camping trip. At Wawa, anytime is drink time. And now's the time to feel cool and cozy with Wawa's new pumpkin flavors. Available in milkshakes, cream smoothies, and iced coffee. Gotta have a Wawa.
You have key decisions to make about your money. Most investors don't beat the market, and neither do the hedge funds, who take a share of your profits. What if there was another way? A way for you to keep total control over your money where the interests were aligned. That's what the exclusive crash-proof retirement system is all about.
Mike Bisaccia from Logan Township, New Jersey. You can't follow the market because nobody can predict it. What you have today could be gone tomorrow. That's the way it works, up and down, and your money goes up and down. That's what led me to see if there was another alternative. Crash-proof retirement gave me that alternative. With crash-proof retirement, the money you make is credited to your account, and that money's yours. No ifs, ands, or buts, no worries, no fees. We had a high point of 13.5%. Once it's credited, it's your money to keep. That's a big deal.
Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at the William Penn Inn, September 17th. 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
With NJ Diet, you can lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. They have customers that have lost 37 pounds, 100 pounds, and over 120 pounds, and they've kept it off. You'll have more energy, and you'll probably see better lab results. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work to provide you personalized natural formulas and supplements so you can lose the weight, and DNA testing will help you keep it off. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days, contractually guaranteed. Go to njdiet.com.
Got a roofing problem? Don't let it ruin your day.
Emmons Roofing and Siding offers professional roofing services, from repairs to complete lifetime warranted replacements.
And you can trust our experienced team to keep your home safe and secure. And we can even handle insurance claims for you.
Give us a call today at 856-885-6677 or visit us on the web at callemmons.com. From top to bottom,
to inside and out,
at Emmons, we have you covered.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, Southampton. We know your favorite station is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Good
timing. Okay, Dom Giordano show. Coming up, we're going to talk with the president's lawyer. There's a lot developing, one of his lawyers, on the front around immunity, but also Kamala Harris as a prosecutor. And we've been following this story, it seems like, for years, because it is years. Dan, I think you've always been with me that we had this attorney Malufi and this teacher on, but it may have predated you even a little bit. This is a teacher who went to January 6th, was not involved in what happened at the Capitol, and still got kicked out of his Allentown school district, and he just won over $120,000 in economic damages. They'll also be with us. Don't forget to Johnny Z coming by today. Mulligan's. A week from today, we're back at Mulligan's. And Joe Watson, among others, the guy that beat the Russians, the Broad Street Bullies, will be in-house. You want to buy him a drink, come up, say hello, the book, and all. We have quite a chat with him. Working on some others, too, and our usual regulars. Last chance, it's summer at Mulligan's. Where else? 310 West Hildreth Avenue. Hope to see you noon until 3 a week from today. All right, 855-839-1210. That's how you grab a line here on Talk Radio 1210.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Call 811 if you have some groundwork to do. Utilities are under you, and it's all good until they spew. Oops, now all on your lawn. It smells like a porta-john. Should've just called 811. It's a real human stinky bomb.
Call 811 before you dig and help us hit 50 and 5. 50% less damage to buried utilities in 5 years. For more info, visit pa1call.org.
Hey, pet parents, the summer season is here, and that means it's time to get outside and enjoy some sunshine with your pet. Hi, I'm George Parenti, the lead dog at the Dogs and Cats Rule stores. The stores are loaded with great summer collections of outdoor and interactive toys. We carry the finest selection of fresh diets, like gently cooked, raw, freeze-dried, air-dried, dehydrated, baked, and of course, traditional kibble and cans. Dogs and Cats Rule with 7 neighborhood locations. Visit dogsandcatsrule.pet. That's Dogs and Cats Rule. Shop small, shop local, shop family.
I am Judith Krupnik, president of Cherry Hill Volvo. I drive an absolutely fabulous XC90 hybrid, the best of both electric and internal combustion. It's really an incredible Volvo. We are offering a $15,000 discount when leasing any 2024 XC90 hybrid in stock. If ever an XC90 was on your list, now is the time to visit Cherry Hill Volvo. $15,000.
Jim Cipriotti at Retire Ready Financial Group doesn't need Google to know you're worried about retirement. Between inflation, rising taxes, and the uncertainty about Social Security, he understands. That's why he offers a complimentary retirement second opinion. It's a no-obligation meeting for you to talk about your concerns about retirement. You want to know if you're going to be okay? Let's find out. 610-894-7415 or go online, retirereadyfg.com.
Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, NPN number 2083768.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Philadelphia's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's Dom time. Now, Dom Giordano.
All right, welcome in, everyone. So Will Bunch, noted progressive here in the Philadelphia Inquirer, Headlined, he just dropped his review of the convention in Chicago. Dems redefined what it means to be American, then claimed it. Well, Will and anybody else, no one ever said that patriotism couldn't be diverse. But it's not progressive. Progressives, by definition, are not going to be patriotic. That's the whole point. Now, maybe liberals, but the whole point is that they reject traditional America. They reject a lot of the building blocks of this, and they don't want to tweak America. Now, reasonable people know that as society always has to be tweaked. We always want to continue to move forward. President Obama said this before he was elected. No, he wanted to transform it. America doesn't need to be transformed. Isn't that the question when they want to redefine it? Does America need to be transformed at this place in time? No. Tweaked? There are always things, too. This is like, all right, we're going to repaint over here, if you're remodeling, and then we're going to start knocking down walls. Well, they want to knock down walls and replace them. I'm reading Will Bunchton saying, what is it with these people? Why are they so concerned about what the heck's going on in bathrooms in high schools? Meaning the transgender issue. Really? And you think this is going to fly? That's what America says now. What is it with these people? No. We see the polling. We know that how people feel about this stuff. It's not a winner. It's not, Will. Not even a little bit. That's just a cultural war. Well, then why do we need to engage with all this hyperventilation of making sure that people that are male can be in female bathrooms? 855, the book banning. Again, oh, you're being silly now, Dom. Why do you want to have them read Lawn Boy then into the record at school board meetings? Read the graphic stuff. What's the other one, Dan? There's Lawn Boy is the one I always go to because of the Lawn Boy part of it. There's another one, though, that you like better.
There's the one that, I'll have to get the name of that. It's very bad.
Very graphic.
Talking about, relations between a brother and a sister.
Yeah, stuff like this.
Normalizing that.
Right, yeah, stuff like this. Sure. Why are we banning kids in high school? Why is that something elementary school from going down this path? That's what Josh Shapiro wants to know. Hear me on this. What an orator. All right, 855-839-1210. We'll get you on board. And again, we're waiting to see where this goes with RFK Jr. today. Now, this could be a pivot point day for Trump. If RFK Jr. particularly endorses, starts to move forward on that, I told you about Kemp in Georgia. Publicly, at least, Trump and the governor of Georgia have made amends together, going back and forth. And if that's the case, Kemp's got quite a machine in Georgia. That is a leg up to win a pivotal state. So even though you're going to hear over the weekend, pretty good size bump for Kamala Harris from the convention, these things are the things that win elections, the things that are going on today with Trump. And I think you could see the momentum start to swing the other way. Now, to that point, let's give Democrats credit. Douglas Murray does a great job at the New York Post, and you can hit me with any of yours. He says this was Oscar-worthy, this fiction that they put on over the last 4 days. That's right. He has best leading actor. He doesn't say it could be male or female. Who was the best person that acted out big time in this? Nancy Pelosi. I agree. She went merrily on her way. She's clapping for Joe Biden. And at the same time, she's more than anybody the one that put the knife in. He has all sorts of awards. Maybe you have one. Special effects. What award would Tim Waltz get? Where did we? This is the most curious guy.
Best supporting actor.
Best supporting actor, you think?
He's best beyond lead actor. He's not good enough for that.
Yeah, he's beyond that, though. This guy has become. They're actually saying the party pivots now on this. That he is the new male.
This guy that we had no idea who he was 3 weeks ago.
I mean, look, we don't need to hold up anybody to say, oh, man, that's our ideal of masculinity. I wish I could be a Borowski. Oh, my God. But
I don't think anyone's thinking that.
Are we having guys across America saying, man, I'm hoping, kids, I'm hoping I'm like Uncle Tim. I'm hoping I have that unique blend of masculinity here. This is what they've come down to. Now, if that's winning in America, then I don't know America. I don't see how that's possible. By the way, Dan, I just saw this, that RFK Jr. will give his national address at 2 p.m. So we'll dip into that around 2 o'clock-ish here. In the beginning, first of all, he'll be late. They all are. I know we have Johnny Z at that point. But then we'll dip into it when he talks about dropping out and see what he says about Trump. But he will be dropping out. So, Douglas Murray, these are the Dems who deserve an Oscar for the fake all-in-act convention. Nancy Pelosi, to me, obviously, was a winner. I don't know what we would give to Biden. Cameo role. It wasn't even a cameo. They bumped him to 1128. Even the ruthlessness right there to 1128. All right, let me go to Mark here on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Mark, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing, Dom?
Good, Mark.
I just wanted to run some by you guys. It could be out there already, but I haven't heard of it, so I'm going to echo it and say that, the Dems, they're always pushing this idea about Trump that he's going to drag girls out in the street who are going for abortions and put them in jail. And, of course, the old dictator thing.
Yes.
And that's what won't happen because Trump isn't going to break the law. And he would have to break the law to do those things. But the irony is that that's the way the Dems work all the time.
Well, here's a case in point. Last night, to your point, Mark, he talked about Kamala Harris said he's going to put journalists in jail. When the attorney general in California, she went after, and this was a big-time case, this pro-life journalist who was releasing undercover videos exposing the abortion industry's fetal body parts practices. They were selling them, if you remember. She's the one that went after this guy to not only stop him, but put him in jail.
Yeah, they just totally disregard the Constitution and the laws on the books so that they can get their way. But then they turn around and use it as attack on Trump himself and others. So it's just very, very humorous to me the way they work. Not in a good humor either. So
have a nice weekend. Thank you, Mark. I get your point. Yeah, but this is a specific. Last night when she was talking about this, I thought, let me remember that guy's name, David Deladen. If you remember, they had some of these people who were involved in the abortion industry there, and they were talking about selling body parts. He had the tapes of it. She went after him to suppress that and put him in jail. That's a journalist. He was a journalist engaged in this. Whether you like him engaging in this, how they got them, these people drinking with them, whatever. Point being, Trump didn't put any journalist in jail. Not in the slightest. Let's look at what he did in his first term. Where's the evidence of any of this stuff? And as far as the abortion rap on Trump, I just think that's going to be a hard sell. Trump has consistently talked about finding a middle ground, no national ban on this. He didn't take the bait, what DeSantis did with this ridiculous 6-week law in Florida. He didn't do it. And he's not going to. And whenever he talks about it, he doesn't say anything like that. And he hasn't said anything like that. Now, he talks about he put 3 people on the Supreme Court, and he's proud of that. They got rid of Roe v. Wade, as they should have. It was bad law. It's obvious. It should go back to the states. He talks about what happened state by state. Some states like Ohio were surprising how much they value abortion, almost overwhelmingly. Kansas, several of them. And they're going to have laws that reflect that. What in the world is wrong with it? But what I'm saying is, as a perceptual matter, it's going to be hard to go after Trump as the guy who is gung-ho on abortion and going to lock up doctors and all that. It's just not going to fly. He's a hard guy to pin that on. There's nothing there. There's a lot of other things you can say, but that's not there. All right, side question. Hit us with that film. or TV show and give us that one scene. And again, I caution, don't wait till the very, very end, and then we have to rush people and all that. You don't get your full chance. Hit us with one. Dan, any others to kind of salt this on Twitter?
Some great ones on Twitter. Urban Conservative writes, I watched Gifted Hands, the Ben Carson story starring Cuba Gooding back in 2009. He says to the parents at one point, to the twins that he separates from the head, you have a tough decision to make, then a pause. Which one would you like to hold first? It's a great
Again,
line.
Isn't this one of the top 10 mysteries? How in the world did Ben Carson do this?
It's nuts.
I mean, it is.
Joint twins.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else. Not only that, he's so unassuming when he comes. You know what I mean? He's not this driven type of guy. Like, I did that, that type of thing. He just, another day. We're able to do it.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not.
No, I haven't either. It was made for TV. It premiered on TNT, but it's allegedly very good. Cuba Gooding Jr. was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in it, and check it out if you haven't, I guess.
Yeah, okay. 855-839-1210. One other update. We've been telling you about Mulligan's, but then after that, don't forget September 12th, bringing Don Trump Jr. to town. That will be a couple days after the debate, to the Scottish Rite Auditorium in Collins. What a fabulous night it's going to be. And, the people involved here, we're trying to keep it pretty intimate, but there's such a demand. We've opened up more seats. And in doing that, there's a huge discount. Huge. If you looked at it before, take a look now. You'll see what I mean. It is beyond substantial. And I noticed in the last 24 hours since I mentioned this, more people flocking in. Let's go to 1210WPHT.com. Make sure you have your seat. I promise you, this will be an electric night. Probably make news having him here in town. And he's been the architect of J.D. Vance and also apparently the key broker with RFK Jr. and Trump. So you get a chance, extend it. No rush. We have plenty of time with him. We'll start to ask you for your questions, your insight on this with Don Trump Jr. Just go to 1210WPHT.com. All right, 855-839-1210, AT&T and Verizon Wireless. All I need you to do is just push pound 1210.
Kale & Company, weekday mornings, 6 till 10.
Josh Shapiro spoke, channeling his inner Barack Obama.
You can go vote, but he gets to pick the winner. That's not freedom.
The more enthusiastic he gets, the more Obama he is.
You know what, Democrats? We are the party of real freedom.
But that vaccine mandate, bro.
The kind of real freedom that comes when that child has a great public school with an awesome teacher because we believe in her future.
It's younger Barack Obama.
It is.
Start your day with Kale & Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
It's the start of another school year. Get your child or grandchild started off right. Special tutoring and custom instruction is available from METC, the Motivational Educational Tutoring Company. Now is the time to call Kathy Ganna and help get your child out of the gate strong. Call the Motivational Educational Tutoring Company. For over 30 years, METC's tutoring studio, founded by educator Kathy Ganna, has helped people of all ages grow personally and academically. Call Kathy today at 215-493-4200. METC offers motivational SAT prep as well as academic skills and leadership training. Call 215-493-4200. Visit online at METC.com. Call METC's tutoring studio today at 215-493-4200 or email Kathy directly at info@METC.com. Remember, 1210 listeners receive a free 1-hour consultation. Take advantage of this opportunity to help your child get one-on-one help. Call 215-493-4200. That's 215-493-4200.
Is a paid commercial message.
President Biden's big inflation problem is still here. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reported, quote, more working Pennsylvania families are struggling to make ends meet. But instead of helping us, Senator Bob Casey backed President Biden's disastrous agenda. Casey voted with Biden 98% of the time, including for trillions in wasteful spending. All of that Washington spending made inflation worse, making families pay more. If that wasn't enough, Casey also voted repeatedly in favor of higher taxes on Social Security benefits. That's right, Senator Casey voted in favor of higher taxes on seniors' benefits, leaving seniors with less money in their pockets. higher taxes for seniors, and higher prices for everyone. Call Senator Casey at 202-224-6324. Tell him to put Pennsylvania families first and fix his inflation disaster. Support S575, the Fight Inflation Through Balanced Budgets Act, paid for by One Nation, onenationamerica.org.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Keep free speech alive. Follow 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
Dom time, good Friday. Welcome in, Dan, in the back room, cooking up a special money melody today, saying, I got to make it a little tougher this time. Got a pair of tickets on the line again at 2:13, 2:14 in that time today to see James Taylor at the Mann Center in Philadelphia. Sad the guy bumped, but Democrats relentless, to put it mildly. A lot of flags, a lot of flag waving. You and I know they don't mean it. Reason Magazine has a great piece when they talk about freedom. What was the test of freedom? That they failed miserably. Every single one of them. The King of Hair over in Jersey, Wolfman Hack here in Pennsylvania, nationally. And that is, once we had a better sense of COVID, look, in the first 6 weeks or so, we got to give grace on that. Tough to deal with this, tough to figure it out. It was a nightmare. You remember that. But just the ongoing slog. And this guy, Walls, was one of the worst. Snitch on your neighbors. You can't have X number. We're going to be counting them of people over for Thanksgiving. This guy crawls with every part of this. Reason Magazine writing a piece today. How dare they? The party of freedom. The test, the crisis was COVID. And how did they react? They flew in the face of science, of choice, and anything.
Hello, you have reached the Department of Public Safety stay-at-home hotline. The information you leave is considered public information. At the tone, please leave the following information: your name, your callback number, how the stay-at-home order is being violated, and where the stay-at-home order was violated. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone.
Thank you, Dan. Can you imagine where the stay-at-home order is being violated? How is it being violated? Well, I counted maybe 11 people going in. I'm not sure there. Governor Walz would want to know. How did they get away with it? Well, 2 things. The media, of course, the overriding. But I've said how many times? They haven't had to pay for what they did when they revealed themselves during COVID. The worst is the head of Human Services in Pennsylvania. That's Arkush. Remember what she did? Her flunky board out there. She put people in nursing homes who died big time. She could handle that. Valerie Arkush. But she also had this guy, and I'm telling you, I'm going to get this guy on someday, this doctor, who said, nah, we're not going to open schools up for 2 weeks post-Thanksgiving. Remember that? Even private schools couldn't open. We are going to be like Wayne Gretzky. You don't go to where the puck is now. You go to where it's going to go. He actually says this stuff. Their advisory board. They violated the sunshine laws and all this. And that's what they did. And these people out of Montgomery County, Little Philadelphia, they love it. They want to be dictated to, all under the name of being folksy or science.
Because in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. And even if we wouldn't make those same choices for ourselves, we've got a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Dan. That's exactly what makes me want to get it on with this guy. Mind your own damn business. No, you don't, buddy. You want to intervene in everything. The gas stove, well, that's science. You don't need that much shower. You don't need to drive that car. More bike lanes, anything imaginable. They intervene all the time. Let's face it. Their definition of freedom comes back to we want to get an abortion whenever we want. We want more and more and more. That's the entire definition. They have
You didn't build that.
They have to throw in a bunch of other things. But he just said it right there. They did not pay the price for what they did. Randy Weingarten was one of the speakers here, and at the convention, Dan, I didn't ask you to get,
I'll find something.
And Scott Jennings on CNN took her apart again, pretty much saying, how dare you? We had kids.
Pro-family means we support access to good union jobs.
Yeah, that's pro-family, Randy. She was top 3, the architects of what happened to kids during this. And the bottom line is these people running the public schools, you have to realize back to school this year, the COVID money's run out. They don't seem to be under any urgency threat in Philadelphia or anywhere else. By that, I mean, they've fallen even farther behind, and they think, so what? It's all a game anyhow. All we have to do to stay in business and get all this money is public schools. We have to do one thing. What is that? Do we have to bring in better teachers? Do we have to uplift these test scores? No, we have to do one thing. We have to fight every day to stop school choice. That's what we got to do.
I knew there'd be something from her.
Okay.
Any of the things that are important every single day, we need to fight to get Kamala Harris and Tim Walz elected. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I said hello, Philadelphia!
How are we going to get them elected?
Oh, God. Oh, damn, when the crowd doesn't get into it, do it. They act like at the end they did. We did it.
Do you know why we are here tonight? You do? Why are we here tonight?
That, Dan and I was at that one. That's the one with Bloomberg, where they give out free wine and fancy cheeses to draw people. And that's the one where you play that lift because he was lifted up because of the height thing with him. And that woman was tremendous as a cheerleader. My God, insane. There you go. There's the lift. That's him getting into his seat. And they took him out pretty quickly. All kinds of Elizabeth Warren and all immediately. That's not going to fly here.
Can we play Who Did It Better or Who Wore It Better?
Yes.
Selected. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are we going to walk?
That's option 1, and here's option 2.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I thought you were going to play. The sound I liked the best of this week was AOC at the end, that weirdo accent that she did.
Why don't I have that in
that
my
is
system?
That is an all-timer.
Slow on the draw.
The life part of it, yeah, is just unbelievable. All right, 855-839-1210. You can't get enough of that accent. Even she can't tell us
Here you go.
what it is. Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Traveling on our way of life.
She sounds like an older person there somehow or another. Yeah.
Every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, traveling on our way of life.
What? That accent. Fox brings on this nutbag, Marianne Williamson, to break down the campaign. How is this woman?
She's still relevant?
Well, she's another Oprah find, along with Dr. Phil and a bunch of other people. Dr. Oz. She's the worst, though. Okay, coming up, we have been on this, I believe, since almost January 6th. We have this teacher over in the Allentown area who was bounced because he was at the speech that Trump gave. He wasn't inside the Capitol or anything, from a teaching career. And his lawyer, Dan, I don't know if you remember this guy, Maluffi, is quite a character. And the stuff that he brought up, well, they just won this January 6th case. I believe in the notes I have here, $120,000 in economic loss. And that's just beginning. They want an apology. If they don't get that, there's going to be more. This is a local January 6th case that I thought you'd want to hear. I know that January 6th is going to still, these 75 days, be brought up again and again and again. Harris did it last night. So one more call, and then we'll talk with the lawyer and the client here on Talk Radio 1210. Let's go to Joe in Westchester. Hi, Joe. What's your movie or TV moment? Hi, Joe. What's the moment?
Yeah, well, it was a tough choice between The Kill a Mockingbird and the scene where the I forget the actor's name told in the movie anyway told the children to stand up because the father said. But,
love that.
I went with Casablanca. Yeah, I love it too. But I went with Casablanca because it seemed more appropriate in today's world. Where near the end of the film, Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart gave a little speech to Ingrid Bergman about how there are problems in the mount to a hill of beans or something in this world, or their personal problems because of the times, I mean, this isn't a quote. I couldn't even get that on Google. I didn't ask it, but anyway, because their personal little problems didn't matter in the war-torn World War II.
World War II. Got you, Joe. Casablanca, that scene, there's several moments there, but yes, very good choice. Yeah, the moment in To Kill a Mockingbird is a guy who's African-American is with the daughter and says, "Stand up, your father's walking by." After my moment in there that I've always liked, Andrew, did you see To Kill a Mockingbird?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
who hasn't in school?
I never knew what a schiffer rope was until the Gregory Peck had to get her to talk about she brought him in to break up a schiffer rope when she finally screams it out. Oh, my goodness. 855-839-1210. You'll get in. All right, this January 6th case is very intriguing and involved a teacher right here in the Allentown area. He got bounced simply because he was at the speech, and what he said about it didn't seem to be out of bounds. School board and others, you're out of here. Well, maybe not so fast. They just won. We'll talk with him. Hey, are you constantly searching for an extra energy boost? She is too. As our bodies age, they produce less of the natural fuel needed to combat fatigue. Discover Rescue Orosine from Rescue Natural Supplements. Rescue Orosine helps enhance energy production at the cellular level, supports a healthy heart, and maintains optimal blood pressure. Plus, right now, exclusive radio offer. You can take advantage of this. You buy one bottle of Orosine, you get another completely free. All you have to do is use the code FUEL when placing your order. Place that order, visit res-q.com or call 800-26-ALIVE. Again, that's 800-262-5483. You'll speak with a knowledgeable rescue product consultant. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Remember, use that code FUEL at checkout. And again, mention the code FUEL, F-U-E-L, when you call or use it at res-q.com. You get that second bottle of energy-boosting Rescue Orosine totally free.
For eligible individuals, 18 and older only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With Jabra Enhanced Select's premium package, better hearing doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens at home, all done remotely from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better.
You get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional support you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge.
Oh, you people are wonderful.
Our premium package includes hearing aids, 3 years of follow-up care, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage, and a 100-day money-back guarantee.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to jabraenhance.com/try. That's JABRA enhance.com/try. JabraEnhance.com/try.
See Joe Conklin's comedy show and meet Ike Reese.
Archbishop Wood basketball team, it's your boy Ike Reese.
That's Conklin at Wood, September 28th. For tickets, go to joeconklin.com.
JoeConklin.com!
This is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. Do you know when the best time to buy investment properties is? It's now. It's always now. You just need to learn how to buy them correctly. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday night and learn how to buy investment properties and make money every time. That's right. That's what we teach. We teach how to buy investment properties and make money every time. Go to investorschooling.com and RSVP right now. Take a class this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That's investorschooling.com.
This is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. Don't go through life ignorant about how to become a millionaire. Learn how to invest in real estate, the stock market, precious metals, and learn from an expert. At Investor Schooling, we teach these things and more. We only provide education, and we will teach you how to leverage real estate, how to leverage the stock market, and how to leverage precious metals to make more money than you've ever made before. Go to investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday. We will see you there. investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
I am Judith Krupnik, president of Cherry Hill Volvo. I drive an absolutely fabulous XC90 hybrid, the best of both electric and internal combustion. It's really an incredible Volvo. We are offering a $15,000 discount when leasing any 2024 XC90 hybrid in stock. If ever an XC90 was on your list, now is the time to visit Cherry Hill Volvo. $15,000.
With so much uncertainty in the world today, you may find yourself wondering, is now even the right time to retire?
And so many people are waiting, and those folks are going to be waiting a really long time, I hate to say, because there's no perfect time. The market is always unpredictable and volatile.
Fortunately, Jim Cipriotti has been helping get people to, through, and beyond retirement for over 25 years. Each week, he wants to help give you that freedom to retire. Listen to Freedom to Retire with Jim Cipriotti, Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday afternoons at 5 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Weather sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Should be a beautiful weekend starting today with sun and 82 degrees going down to 62 overnight. It'll be a little warmer tomorrow, 85 with some clouds moving in. More sun on Sunday with a high of 87. 88 for Monday, but the possibility of some rain.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, broadcasting from the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter.
All right, Dom Giordano's show. I don't know how many times we've talked, it's at least a few, with former teacher in Allentown School District, Jason Moorhead, and his attorney, Francis Malofie. But we're joined today by those two and another attorney, A.J. Fleur, those two are attorneys at Francis Alexander, the law firm Francis Alexander. We're happy to have them because this case is another example of the January 6th thing, and we've said many times, some people, these should be individualized. Some people needed severe sentencing around that. Some had little or nothing to do with it, and they suffered because we now know, according to a court, jurors found the Allentown School District was just malevolent in what they did to this teacher, leading to him leaving the school district, $125,000 for economic damages. And I like this, and I know Francis is often somebody who gets unusual settlements, really pushes for his client. They ordered school board member Lisa Conover and former president Nancy Wilt to both pay damages themselves because of how wanton they were in slurring this teacher. We're joined by all these guys here on Talk Radio 1210. Francis, welcome back. Jason, welcome back. And AJ, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having us. This is Francis, and I have Jason here. AJ's going to step in a little bit later. And the big thing here is that, justice delayed is justice denied. They could have done the right thing that very week when they asked him where he was, and he said, I was 1.25 miles away from the U.S. Capitol building, number one. Number two, he said he wasn't engaged in any violence. And number three, they spent 3.5 years failing to correct the record. And we had a 7-person jury in federal court do what elected officials couldn't do. And that's called accountability. It's called transparency. It's called responsibility. And it's called doing the right thing. When you hurt a fellow student, when you're a board member, when the district hurts one of their own, a teacher with 17 years impeccable record, the most decent thing to do is say, I'm sorry, and correct the record. And, it's surprising that it would have taken so much effort and so much time when all he wanted from day one was simply the truth to be disseminated to the community that he did not do anything wrong, that he was peaceful and at all times over a mile away from the U.S. Capitol building and never engaged in violence. And so we are here now, and we thank you for having us. Jason is here too, and AJ just popped in to say hello.
Well, thank you, France. One quick question, too. I'm impressed, and you're still pushing for a full apology, which I completely agree with, but also these fines that were levied on these two school board members. The only way I found these public officials, if you will, understand is they may care that the $125,000 is out there on the school board ledger, but they care more when they individually get hit with this stuff for what they did, apparently, in this case.
Well, it's not just for their wanton acts, it's for their malicious acts, right?
Right.
You know, these are punitive damages. Punitive damages against these individuals were there to punish the individual and set an example that board members do not violate the U.S. Constitution, do not violate the First Amendment. It sends a message that if you're a board member, just because that community or that board might be left-leaning, you can't lose your balance. You have to respect the First Amendment. You have to respect, the ability for people to politically affiliate and to assemble. And that's what's lacking in so many school boards right now, which really control the district in the end. And so it was a huge victory for American rights. It was a huge victory for people who do have conservative views that are afraid to stand up and share them, not in the classroom, but even privately, because, we all know that the public school system is far left-leaning. But with that being said, traditional democratic values were respecting the First Amendment. And we've seen that going so far sideways that the things that really made the Democratic Party at one point appealable was the First Amendment, and now it's completely abandoned that position.
I agree. Let me bring Jason Moore into Francis, your client. So, Jason, welcome back. It seems like we've talked several times over the years. I'm so glad to see this, but you now are out of teaching, which is sad, and you want a full public apology. Is that the next step that you want?
Yeah. Hey, good to talk to you again, Dom. Thanks for having me. Yeah, absolutely. The next step in this is to absolutely get an apology and a public statement sent out to the entire community. For years, the entire community was led to believe that I was a monster. And even though the verdict came back in our favor and the jury found that they had harmed me, without the authority of the community, the school district to clear my name, that's what's needed. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have trust in me again.
Yeah, well, let's bring in your other attorney, too, the day-to-day, I guess, in this, AJ Fleur. AJ?
How you doing, Tom?
Yeah, good. Welcome to the show. Now, one of the other things, and I wanted to ask you rather than your client, because I guess it's more of a legal matter, they also seem to indicate they didn't like some of the social media posting around events like this. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I mean, look, the whole point is that of the First Amendment is to protect, what speech that might be controversial. If it's not controversial, it doesn't need protection in the first place. And the court, told the jury and instructed the jury that, Jason's social media posts were protected by the First Amendment. It was protected that he went down to the rally on January 6th, and engaged in no violence and did nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. Him affiliating as a Trump supporter, that's protected by the First Amendment. So, the defendants, they tried to distract the jury from that, but in the end, the jury came back. And look, let's be clear. The defendants really did not put on a defense and liability. They never gave a principled reason for why this false statement about Mr. Moore was ever corrected. What
was the false statement?
They said that he was at the U.S. Capitol building and involved in the Electoral College protest.
Right?
There we go. Which is not true. He was a mile away. Okay, a mile away at all times, over a mile away. And they knew it. They knew it from almost the very beginning that he wasn't there. The testimony showed, 100% that they knew it, and they refused to correct it. Look, they didn't put on a defense and liability. They really didn't. But that's kind of the point here. The point is that the process is the punishment. Okay, it's what they made him, the time and energy it took, thousands of hours to go bring this case to trial. Most people aren't going to do it. And that's what the listeners and the readers and everyone should understand, is that it just takes an incredible amount of time, energy, and effort to bring a case like this to trial.
Absolutely. Well, we commend you guys. And Francis, I know you from several cases. Big picture on this, too, and I think you were kind of hinting at it. What I say on this, look, on January 6th, there were some people who really need severe prison time, but it's individual cases. Your guy wasn't even at the Capitol, but the tentacles of January 6th that get out there, they feel they can go carte blanche, and he was a Trump supporter on top of it. Of course we can slur him and attack him. What's going to happen to us?
Well, look, what's going to happen is that there are attorneys out there, few and far between, and law firms that really care about the First Amendment. It's something that it's very important to the firm. And, if there are people out there that have been hurt, we're always there to stand up for people's rights, especially the unalienable American rights, especially the First Amendment. So
I know the chart, and the law firm is Francis Alexander.
Yep, yeah. And the big thing here is that when you look at the people that got really hit with the punitive damages, who are they? This is a chief of staff of a state representative, Peter Schreier, who chairs the Education Committee. So when you think about these school boards and the people that we nailed at trial, these are people that sit as members of Pennsylvania in the Pennsylvania Congress. And when you think about when you think about chairs, the chiefs of staff of state representatives who chair education committees that are acting so callously and violating the Constitution, they need the questions asked of their committee, of their bureau, of the education committee, of Peter Schreier's chief of staff, Nancy Wild, who got nailed with punitive damages. Why did you violate the Constitution? Why didn't you do what 7 jurors could tell you to do for 3.5 years? And it's only because they're so bent on their political ideology and canceling out another's rights.
Absolutely.
And when we have this sort of silencing and this sort of this mentality where simply because there's diversity as thought, but it's not what you like, that you can cancel it out. That's a very, very slippery slope. What makes education and what makes diversity beautiful is not because one person's black and one person's white. It's because people from different cultures come from different backgrounds that bring different ideas, thoughts, and opinions to sort of the center. And that's what teaches critical thinking. That's what teaches a well-rounded education.
Exactly.
And
Francis, just let me interrupt into your client. One more question. We're up against time. Jeff,
go ahead.
So as a result of this, you're out of teaching, which is a loss, Jeff. What have you been able to do? Jason, I'm sorry, Jason. What are you being able to do at this point?
Yeah, right now I'm in this time period where I'm trying to find a vehicle to get back to doing what I love, and that's working with people and working with kids. It's all I've ever done, and I'm hoping that by getting a statement out where they tell the community I'm great, and it'll allow me the opportunity to look into returning back to doing what I love.
All right. Well, let's hope that happens, to be continued. I'm so glad you got restored a little bit, and I know with Francis and AJ as your attorney, you're going to get that public apology there out of them. Thank you, guys, from the Francis Alexander Law Firm. Thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so that story we've been on for right from the very beginning after January 6th. And again, it's individual rights, individual cases. There are people, you're crazy if you think there were not people that should get a severe sentence for what they did on January 6th. But the tales of thousands of people, some of them not even at the Capitol, look at how this guy suffered. And you heard the background of these school board members. One is apparently the chief of staff of this guy. Why do they do it? Because they think they'll get away with it. That's why I like it when it comes back when the individual will have to pay. All right, phone lines 855-839-1210. At 2 o'clock, RFK Jr. is going to be addressing the nation. What will he do? I say he drops out. Will he endorse Trump at that point? Probably later today. We'll see. We'll go to it. Hey, can you feel it? School's starting soon. More hectic schedules on the way, and football is back. Time for viewing parties and tailgates. All great reasons to call your nearest Captain Chucky's. Let them manage your meal planning. You got to try some this weekend, some of this wild shrimp scampi ravioli. Ro and I really enjoyed that. Chucky's, as you probably know, has been teaming up with Vera Pasta, offering lobster, crab, and now wild shrimp ravioli. But remember, too, that new Bang Bang Jumbo Lump Crab Cake, the one that Roe talks about all the time, this delicious, creamy, 5-ounce jumbo lump breaded crab cake with a kick. For those who like to spice it up with some heat, that's available right now. It's also the time of year to check out all the other offerings, the homemade sides, the appetizers, the desserts that Captain Chucky's have. Everything, only the highest quality ingredients. Try their Gulf shrimp if you haven't. It's a huge hit. Always wild caught, never farm raised. And my favorite, my name's on it, the Dom Roll. So visit Captain Chucky's today. Location near you. Go to WeLoveCrabCakes.com. WeLoveCrabCakes.com. Headed to the shore. Visit Captain Chucky's at theshore.com.
Hey everyone, it's Donald Trump Jr. Join me and Dom Giordano Thursday, September 12th at the Scottish Rite Auditorium in Collingswood, New Jersey for the next Politics and Pints with WPHT. We will talk all things Trump, the 2024 election, and my father's book, Letters to Trump. South Jersey and PA suburbs are hugely important to electing Donald Trump president. Just head to 1210WPHT.com for tickets right now. Hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I have a serious heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. I still had symptoms on my beta blocker, so I asked my cardiologist about any treatment advances. It was a breakthrough for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit hcmrealtalk.com for more information.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Jonathan Cans, third-generation owner of Marvin E. Cans Heating and Air Conditioning. Have you recently had an HVAC tech at your home to fix your unit and he wanted to sell you all types of upgrades? Look, if your AC unit is acting unruly this summer and needs to be fixed, we'll send out one of our technicians to do one thing: fix your AC. And if we do think you need a new one, we'll have one of our factory-trained install teams put in a new state-of-the-art train cooling system to keep you cool. Visit us at marvinecans.com. That's marvinecans.com.
Labor Day signals that fall is fast approaching. Apple picking, fall leaves, and chilly nights are on the horizon. With Legacy Box, you can cozy up and watch something special this fall: your family's home movies. Legacy Box is the simple, safe, all-inclusive solution for preserving your family's memories trapped on videotapes, film, even photos. After 10 years in business, Legacy Box is the world's largest digitizer. They've helped over 1 million families relive their wedding days, babies' first steps, and family road trips. Just fill Legacy Box with your VHS tapes, film reels, or pictures. Legacy Box digitizes it all by hand right here in the USA, and then sends it back on a thumb drive or the cloud. Future-proof your recorded moments today so you can gather the family and begin the trip down memory lane. Plus, for a limited time, they're offering 55% off. Go to legacybox.com/value to get 55% off. That's legacybox.com/value.
Hey, Clementon. We know your favorite station is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. WPHT.
Make it with you. I really think that we could make it.
All right, Dom Giordano show. RFK Jr. at 2 o'clock. Well, Johnny first. Then RFK Jr. Is going to make an announcement. He can come over to Mulligan's and join us. And if he's made the head of Health and Human Services, which is where he would land if he does in the Trump administration, What would he be trying to do there? I'll give you some sense of that. But, Dan, we missed this, and now it's just popping up on Twitter. It was just sent to me. Phil Murphy, the king of hair, this dastardly, he was only a bit player, and he was insufferable. He apparently brought Craig, the brother of Officer Brian Sicknick, up on stage. They were doing that yesterday, you know. Al Sharpton brought up the Central Park Five. And a lot of people still think they were engaged in that. That made international news for days, the jogger through Central Park. He brought up the brother saying, Craig, thank you for honoring the life and sacrifice of your brother who died an American hero. He was a Capitol Hill police officer. Murphy said that he was killed in the violent insurrection on January 6th, fueled by the actions of Donald Trump. That is a flat-out lie. That's a Joe Biden-level lie. That's Biden saying, well, I'm only bringing up running for president because of Charlottesville and what Trump said. Does it ever end with these people? You know by now that Brian Sicknick did not die that day or the day after based upon the attack. He died, according to medical records and several news sources, of a stroke. But Donald Trump killed him. That's what Phil Murphy wants you to know. I know it comes back to media, not enough fact checkers, not enough pushing on them. They have a wide zone to say whatever they want and to continue with it. So that's why you have to call out guys like this. And J.D. Vance has been effective on this type of thing, I think, and detailed on it. All right, let's go to Jeff in Hatboro on our side question. Hey, Jeff, good afternoon.
Hey, Dom, how are you?
Good.
So at your recommendation, we call Sound of Freedom.
Yes.
And I got to be honest with you, we knew going in there, me and Lisa went in knowing it was going to be, a pretty gripping movie. But let me just tell you, when that father went back to that hotel to get those two kids and they weren't there, everybody in that audience, their stomachs just dropped because you know where it was headed. And to know, I know you have two boys, I got three boys. What you will do, you'll go to the ends of the earth to save your children. And what that man did, let me just tell you, that movie right there, beginning to end, was gripping at best.
Absolutely. That's a good choice, Jeff. Have a nice weekend. Thank you as always. All right, Sounds of Freedom. That's what we're looking for today. That moment, that scene in a film or TV show that just emotionally grabs you. All right, coming up, big moment. Today is a big day. Post the convention. Brian Kemp and Trump appear to publicly have made up. They're going to try to win Georgia. That's a big plus. RFK Jr., I think in the next 10 minutes, is going to announce he's dropping out. Will he tell us what he's going to do with Trump, or will that come later today? We'll get that moment. And Johnny, our host at Mulligan's, will tell us what he's preparing, including Dan. Does the Earl of Tacony actually get a parking space? I don't know. I didn't see the rider on this.
Don't put that on, Johnny.
Is that in the deal? No. I don't think it should be.
Earl gets there so early. He camps overnight. He's like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
get the first spot no matter what.
There's limited parking area there. My God.
Him versus Scott and Mount Laurel. They're showing up today.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a big
A week
crowd.
early.
This is going to be one of the biggest. How many times have we been there? 4, 5, 7. This is the 8th. I don't know what the 8 is, but it's our 8th anniversary at Mulligan's this coming Friday, a week from
Sesame
today.
Street.
Yeah, okay.
A 1.
We'll have to figure out what you give people on the 8th anniversary. 855-839-1210. You get in.
For more expert appliance shopping advice, here's National Appliance Warehouse's own appliance guru.
Hello, let's talk premium. These are top-of-the-line appliances that dream kitchens are made of. If you're planning an investment like this in your home, where you buy is as important as what you buy. At National Appliance Warehouse, we're committed to delivering the superior buying experience you deserve. Our showroom features beautifully displayed premium appliances of every major brand, including highly sought-after Sub-Zero, Wolf, and Cove. Our team of gurus is well-versed at guiding you as you navigate the same appliances you'd find in the most magnificent homes and kitchens of cooking
cooking enthusiasts, and the National Appliance Warehouse team has the expertise to properly deliver and install your stunning new appliances.
The Labor Day mega sale starts now at National Appliance Warehouse. Purchase a qualifying Sub-Zero Wolf and Cove appliance package and choose 3 years of additional warranty or a rebate up to $2,500. Click nationalappliancewarehouse.com or visit their showroom in tax-free Wilmington today.
Deborah Heart and Lung Center and Cleveland Clinic Heart Vascular and Thoracic Institute have formed a powerful alliance. Legends in caregiving New Jersey families, the most sophisticated heart team in America. Innovators in research and patient care who've made life better for thousands of patients, raising the standard for the next generation of care. The alliance between Deborah Heart and Lung Center and Cleveland Clinic Heart Vascular and Thoracic Institute means the highest quality care close to home for you. DemandDeborah.org.
Carmine's Eatery in Newtown Square is where modern American cuisine meets Mediterranean fare. Enjoy fresh spins on classic dishes, elevated Neapolitan pies, and an exciting beverage program to wash it all down with. With its sleek, spacious interior and relaxing vibe, Carmine's Eatery is your new and delicious escape. Whether fine dining, a big celebration, or just taking in a game at the bar. With $3 Miller Lite bottles or $5 Peroni drafts, Carmine's in Newtown Square has it all. Visit carmineseatery.com and enjoy responsibly.
At the next Crash Proof event, you will learn how our proprietary Crash Proof retirement system includes inflation fighters that can increase your income up to 35% or more to fight rising costs without depleting your nest egg.
Geraldine Chiadetti from Warrington, Pennsylvania. Crash Proof puts a smile on my face every day. I sleep well, and it even put a bigger smile on my face today when I got my 13%. The interest we receive from Crash Proof is credited interest. I'm not worried about inflation one bit. We get Crash Proof income, but guess what? Your principal still doesn't go down because your interest from your money is making more money. When I was told we made 13%, my husband looked at me and I looked at him and we did the happy dance.
Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at the William Penn Inn September 17th. 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Now on Philadelphia's Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. It's Dom time. Now, Dom Giordano.
Go! Go, Johnny, go! Go! Go, Johnny, go! Go!
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Headed back to the summer White House. Dom Giordano's show. Johnny Z on the line with us in Wildwood, 310 West Hildreth Avenue, right near the Acme. We'll bring you RFK Jr. whenever he posts. These guys are always late, Dan. Thank you for doing that.
Can you ask him also what happened with that fire the other day? I heard it for a dock or something as well. You might have some details on that down in Wildwood.
Well, as long as it doesn't affect the summer White House. Yeah, the immediate protection. The Secret Service was on this one. Let's go to Johnny Z down there at Mulligan's. Hey, John, welcome in. And, yeah, what happened with that fire?
That fire, good day to you guys. That fire was actually right up the street from Mulligan's. I wasn't here at the time, but I could see the smoke from my house. But my wife, Pam, she was, taking pictures and all and sending it to me. From what I understand, it was a 41-foot boat, and it was gassing up. And whether a spark or something happened, I don't know, but the tanks went up, and oh boy, the rest is history. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It could have been worse, though. Yeah. There were a lot of other boats around him, so but thank God everything was all right.
Well, I wanted listeners to know, do you still have any of those great T-shirts we'll be wearing there? The Summer White House T-shirts of Mulligan's. Any of them left?
A lady just came in here about an hour ago and was asking, and we're all out of them.
Oh,
yeah, we're
it's a collector's
totally out of
item.
them.
All right. I want people to
buy
buy
them
them.
on eBay for $800 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pam might have some stashed away somewhere. I got to find out, but
okay.
Yeah, there were none here.
So, John, we have Joe Watson coming, the guy who beat the Russians, the Broad Street Bullies.
Right.
1, 2, or 3, the most revered sports team in the last 50 years in Philadelphia. We're working on several other little wrinkles for this. But what's been happening in Wildwood since the last time that we were there in, July 3rd?
I mean, it's been a good summer all the way around. You know, I'm talking to various people, business-wise. You know, it hasn't been gangbusters, but, you know, it's been a decent season all the way around. Quick story with Joe Watson. Before we had Mulligan's, my family had a bar up in North Wildwood called Tony's. I don't know if you remember that, Dom. It was on 26th in Delaware. Okay. That was in my family since the early 50s. But one of my dad's good friends was friends with Joe Watson and brought him over to Tony's when I was a little kid. And I, got a picture with him, and he signed an old hockey stick that I had. God even knows where that is anymore. But, yeah, it was, especially being a Flyers fan, it was a good memory being a kid.
It's kind of a full circle moment. That's really
cool.
Exactly.
This is going to be a great moment. Now, we're also talking to Ron Jaworski if the schedule permits. And, John, he told me at the Protect Our Shore, Save the Whales event last night around the wind turbines, when he was coming up as a rookie, the Polish rifle, he threw a football 84 yards. So, of course, if he had the ability to do that, he could teach me to throw 40. I'm going to reach the 40 goal. I think he can guarantee it.
I don't buy it.
Oh, that'll be something. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. We have the shirts. We still have shirts.
All right, good. All right.
We found some.
All right.
Just found them.
All right. So
we still have them.
Good. They look great. Ro and I will have ours. And any special, I wanted people to know, too, at Mulligan's, your chefs, you really pride yourself each night of the week, full dinners, kind of stuff that you can't believe,
I got to underline because it's become a habit now. Every time I go, Maisie makes me come back with not crab cakes, some kind of soup, whether it's the Clams Casino soup that's amazing or some kind of Manhattan clam chowder. The soups over at Mulligan's, I highly recommend. Great stuff.
Absolutely.
Yep, and all homemade.
Absolutely. So, John, thank you again for being the host. Each one, my favorite, I don't know about yours, it wasn't the Dom Giordano days. It was last July. No power on the island. Somehow or another, we had both mayors there. I don't know what they were supposed to be doing. And Mulligan's was still continuing on.
That was amazing. And, hats off to your engineer. I mean, what a wizard. He had the car battery hooked up with the wires running through the window and, just kept it going. And nobody left. Everybody had a great time. Everybody drinking and having a good time. That was amazing.
Absolutely, John. Looking forward to it. Say hello to your wife, and we'll be wearing the shirt 310 West Hildreth Avenue this coming Friday.
All right, looking forward to it, guys. Thank you.
All right, Johnny Z, the owner and proprietor of course, Mulligan's. It's an all-time great connect. It'll be the 8th time by my count. First time we did it, Mayor Pete was there. It was Dom Giordano Day, just 1. Then we did 4 last year. So that's 5, and we did 2 already this year, so this will be number 8. And
is that counting the Trump rallies, too?
Oh, that's 9. So you know
10.
what?
No, because we did 2 Trump rallies.
Well, come on, that messes up the number then. That would be 9. This will be 10. No, wait a minute. 2 Trump rallies. I'm right. You're right. It's 9. This will be the 10th. We'll count the 2 Trump rallies.
Yeah,
that's right.
10th. Yep.
2 Trump rallies. What was the other one? May 14th was 1. The other was, I'm trying to remember.
Well, there's the 2 that came to Wildwood.
Yes, that's right. No, but we didn't do anything at Mulligan's that time.
Yeah,
yes, we did. The morning broadcast, Rich and I. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
This is the 10th. This is really special. All right, so what is an appropriate gift to bring Dan and me for this on the 10th? It's the 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary,
at Mulligan's. All right. And I know all the regulars are coming. All the regular callers are coming. No, I don't think Joe Exton. We're trying everything we could to get him there. We would fly him in, land a helicopter there. But Joe Watson definitely will be there, and we'll be announcing maybe on Monday, Tuesday of this coming week some of the others that are going to join us.
So Mangle Mush,
right.
YouTube, one of the regulars on there, youtube.com/@1210WPHT. Please go like and subscribe. Says, shoulders are one of the last good parts I have left. I think I could also pass a 40 yards easy. What I couldn't do is take a sack anymore.
Oh.
Can we get like one of the former defensive linemen for the Eagles out there?
Okay, yeah. We'll work that out. But I would say that 40 yards is more difficult than I thought. When I did this last year, Dan did throw 40 yards, but Mayor Pete brought in a ringer who threw it 55 yards. I think Jaworski, Dan, probably could still throw 60 looking at him last night. So? Just the way he was gripping the ball. Yeah, pretty close to 60, but 84 yards.
What I'm really interested in is not the throwing abilities, but the driving abilities. Do you think you could outdrive Ron Jaworski?
Sure. Oh, you mean golf balls?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, you think so?
Yeah.
A guy that has that many golf courses?
Yeah. I'd take that on. Yeah, we could do that.
I don't think so.
We tee up a few balls. You know, a few windows get broken. It's mulligans. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, we could do that. All right. I'd love to just catch a pass from Jaworski. That's what I'd be up to. All right, so 855-839-1210. Hope you stop by. Broad Street Bullies. We got a bunch of other people, too. And if she's there, Anne-Marie Mulligan, who was on yesterday, has Muldoon, I'm sorry. What Mulligans? Muldoon has now seen her 50th Springsteen concert. So she'll make her defense there in person.
She just texted me, Dom.
You'll be able to boo her.
Canceled her entire Friday sleep.
There you go. All right. It's on. I don't know what time we'll do that, Dan. Probably in the 1 o'clock hour.
She also said at 12:30, I'm leaving for K-Lot. Everybody come.
Okay.
So I'm talking about for tonight's Bruce Springsteen tailgate.
There's another one tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight. It was tonight.
Wednesday. Tonight's the 50th.
Remember we said yesterday we thought Bruce would be that surprise guest that turned out to be Kamala Harris?
Yeah. So it's the 50th tonight. Okay. So 50 times. Feel free. Belly up to the bar. Be ready to go. We agree with her on everything else. There's just this peculiar thing that's there. 855-839-1210. You get on board. Great event last night with Protect Our Coast, New Jersey, over in Avalon. It was a long trip and just well worth it, though. Robin and we'll have all the gang there. But, you know, if you really want to kick off the election season, celebrate, these are the folks to do it with. And Dan's right. This is the 10th when you count all that. RFK Jr., late as predicted. What we know now is he's going to speak on his path forward, which means he is going to tell us he's dropping out. But we're a little bit early, Dan, but I think we can get it in before he starts to speak. You know, these are always late. It is time right now for...
Oh, hold on. There it is.
It's time. Money Melody.
All right, what a week it's been. You're playing to see James Taylor, a pair of tickets at the Mann Center in Philadelphia, August 30th. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com. What's the premise today, Dan?
Dom, all week we've been asking for people to give us the name of a James Taylor written song that's sung in a different language. Well, it's Friday. It's weird. Let's get a little different today. We're going to do a song in a different language that's not written by James Taylor, but a song he's very well known for, and that's Carole King's You've Got a Friend. Whoops, I said the name of the title. Well, that was on purpose because today, Dom, we want to know the language that today's song is being sung in, a very popular song made popular by James Taylor, written by Carole King. Take a listen. What language is this being sung in, Dom? Here you go.
Você vai me chamar, mau som desvenda teu bem, vou correndo fazer teu bem.
All right, we got the premise. What is the language? We'll give you a clue if no one gets that coming up.
I'll give them a clue right now. How about?
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it relates to our Philadelphia Eagles, I'll say.
All
in one
right,
way or
yes,
another.
they might be doing that. All right, so 855-839-1210. Get in, and you're off to see James Taylor. Then we'll bring you RFK Jr. all straight ahead on Talk Radio 1210.
Company weekday mornings 6 till 10.
Thanks, Rich Santaro, who said mamas.
Yes, mamas on Belmont. That thing had to weigh 12 pounds. Not me, the steak sandwich.
By the way, speaking of that talk, Thomas wrote us last night, and he said, can you please do something about the high schoolish attempt at humor on the morning show?
Oh.
I try to listen, but it's so much like Beavis and Butthead that I changed the channel. We'll stop. We'll get
It's
more.
never me.
Yeah, right.
Hey, if you're looking for riveting radio, Mark Levin will be up in about 12 hours.
Oh, boy.
Start your day with Kale and Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
The following is a paid commercial message.
President Biden's big inflation problem is still here. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reported, quote, more working Pennsylvania families are struggling to make ends meet. But instead of helping us, Senator Bob Casey backed President Biden's disastrous agenda. Casey voted with Biden 98% of the time, including for trillions in wasteful spending. All of that Washington spending made inflation worse, making families pay more. If that wasn't enough, Casey also voted repeatedly in favor of higher taxes on Social Security benefits. That's right, Senator Casey voted in favor of higher taxes on seniors' benefits, leaving seniors with less money in their pockets. Higher taxes for seniors and higher prices for everyone. Call Senator Casey at 202-224-6324. Tell him to put Pennsylvania families first and fix his inflation disaster. Support S575, the Fight Inflation Through Balanced Budgets Act, paid for by One Nation, onenationamerica.org.
You're driving along when you realize...
Oh, I've got to get over. Oh my gosh, sorry.
You didn't see him, did you? He was in your blind spot. You can also have a blind spot when it comes to your retirement. That's where Joe Yakovich of JML Financial Group comes in. He knows about a little blind spot called taxes. Social Security, your pension, your investments, all can be taxable. Look, you don't want to end up saying...
Will I be writing huge checks to the government when I retire?
Don't get blindsided by taxes. Make sure your retirement plan has a tax plan. With one call to JML Financial Group, 856-925-6674. That's 856-925-6674. Or at jmlfinancialgroup.com. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Brokers International Financial Services, LLC, member SIPC. Brokers International Financial Services, LLC is not an affiliated company. JML Financial Group does not offer legal or tax advice. Please consult the appropriate professional regarding your individual circumstance.
Summer is here, which means pool days, beach trips, and yeah, you guessed it, traffic jams. Oh yeah, and heat waves. Don't let summer catch you by surprise. Get the local news you need, no matter what you're up to, with the free Odyssey app. And never miss a beat with alerts on breaking stories sent directly to your phone. Listen today on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
Be sure to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
It's the Money Melody.
Where has all the money gone?
Show me the money.
All right, Dom's Money Melody today. Let's hear the clue, Dan.
Quando o céu tão negro te invade de pavor.
We all know what language this is, Dom.
All right, let's see if they speak this language over in Bensalem parts with Robert of Bensalem. All right. Oh, Robert's there. All right. Robert, what's the language?
Well, if we don't, we probably will be soon, but I'm going to go with Portuguese.
It is Portuguese. That's where your Philadelphia Eagles are headed. We believe that's accurate, Robert, that that's the only country in South America that speaks Portuguese. The rest all Spanish.
Well, they speak a lot of Spanish in Brazil, too. They speak several languages there. It's an amazingly diverse country, but you're right, yeah.
All right,
That's
Robert, you
very-
are the winner. James Taylor.
Smart guy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Thank you so much, and I'll probably be talking to you in a few minutes again, Dom and Dan.
All right, I'll put you on hold for that part here, Dan, so you can wrap this up. I don't know, my hold is not working exactly here. You may have to do that.
Yeah, Diana Pequeno, Sarai to Bem, a Portuguese artist, putting out a cover of Carole King's You've Got a Friend, obviously made extremely popular by none other than James Taylor, who you get to see. And Dom, That's not the end of the James Taylor tickets. There's one more chance. Call in with your side question to answer because today's side topic prize will also be a pair of James Taylor tickets as well.
We should have said that at the beginning of the show. All right, so 855-839-1210. Today's side question, an easy one. That moment in a film or TV show that every time you see it, particularly if you've seen it several times, it gets you going. I gave you mine, Dead Poets Society, the kid standing on the desk at the end. The other is the moment in A Few Good Men, not when he blurts out, "You can't handle the truth." That's good. It's when he admits it. Oh, God. The acting, Nicholson, I mean, Cruise is great in that because I think he's playing himself. He's a punk, kind of, got the upper hand here. But Nicholson in that, just sneering when he sits down, it's incredible.
I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Do you have the Code Red one, Dan? That's never played as much. Yeah, I love when he says, when he gets him finally to admit it, and all hell, even Kevin Bacon wakes up in the court scene then. Jack, are you there?
No, I got to find it.
Okay, that's all right. All right, so Robert, the winner in that. We're waiting on what happens here with RFK Jr. These guys maybe they're back there. Are you endorsing Trump? I'm not endorsing Trump. A few things he'll do if he is the head of Health and Human Services. It oversees 13 agencies, including the Food and Drug Administration, Centers for Disease Control, National Institutes of Health. So over the years, he has said that he would stop the National Institutes of Health from studying infectious diseases like COVID and measles, pivoted to studying chronic diseases like diabetes and obesity. Now, Dr. Marty McCary, our great medical guy, talks a lot about during COVID, if you remember, how much obesity/diabetes played into that. It would be remarkable. Do you think that's going too far to put Kennedy in charge of this to clean things up? I'm going to say to the NIH scientists, he said, God bless you all. Thank you for your public service. We're going to give infectious diseases a break for about 8 years. See, I know he's being a little bit over the top in what he's actually saying here. But he's made a point, particularly during COVID and particularly under Fauci, quote, these agencies have turned predatory against the American public. He would boot officials in charge and appoint people who would turn them back into healing and public health agencies. All right, so we've gotten rid of Fauci, but who knows who else is still there, to Kennedy's point. It would be remarkable. Would Trump actually do it? Yes, I think he would. Dan, you still holding out. I told Ro this. She went, oh, my God, Kennedy Jr., you like to see the CIA, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Or Attorney General now that someone else said that. Yeah.
Okay.
I might be hopping on that bandwagon.
Now, remember how liberal he is, though, on the environmental things with the Attorney General stuff. That would be.
Well, there'll still be oversight by the Trump administration, no?
No, the Attorney General, you could fire the Attorney General. It's more complicated, but no, they're independent of a sort. Yeah. You try to tell them what to do, but they have independent. They can move ahead with it.
Well, they can then do the CIA.
Okay. Not going to tell them anything. By the way, one final shot at the DNC convention. Article today in the Wall Street Journal says the price gouging crusade electrifies the Democratic rank and file. And they claim, and this is troubling because all I'm about in this election, as you know, is winning, not just wishing it. Wall Street Journal says that polls say leaning in on gouging is the way to go. Yeah, but they identify something that I think is a little bit different. Wall Street Journal, remember that guy who tried to make the price of a decades-old drug from a $13.50 pill to $750 in 2015? Martin Shkreli.
I think it's Shkreli.
Many economists say rules against price gouging can affect. So, look, people are of a mind, and I get it, with Big Pharma. Now, in fairness, if you want to make the argument, remember they have to roll out a lot of money to take a risk on all these trials, et cetera, and lawsuits. But this guy was a prime example. I think Anybody would agree. Come on. I mean, you have to be somebody who has a distorted idea of conservatism to say that you could defend what he was doing there and what the damage would have been. But there's all the difference in the world between that and the price of eggs going up. And again, I think it's reasonable. Let's have this debate. I played you today, CNBC. They had Elizabeth Warren on. And when Democrats say, well, just look at how much their stock is going on or how much profit they've made. Yeah, well, let's look at the circumstances of the previous year. In one case, they had to kill off millions of birds because of avian flu. So obviously, when they returned to their normal the next year, it looked like they made a huge profit year over year. Now, I don't know if Trump can button up and make that debate. Vance can. But this is going to be something Democrats think the polling indicates. And of course, I've witnessed this. The media doesn't call somebody like Casey on this and say, well, let's look at exactly what company are you talking about other than Snickers? What happened the previous year? What were the events of that year versus the next year when you say record profits happen? Let's see what he would do in that circumstance. He's not challenged. He's just around running through the state. Now he's got two things. I'm God Casey. Casey, the name. And now the architect of shrinkflation, greedflation, and all that stuff, he thinks. So I think Dave McCormick has got to get on that nub. Is it getting traction? Too early to say. It can be rebutted, but this is where they want to go. What they want to claim is they don't want to fix prices. Of course they want to do that. Of course she wants to do that. But they know not to say it because it's a ludicrous comment. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren do want to say it. That's where they want to go. So watch for this as an issue. They're feeling good about themselves, which is going, they're smelling themselves. So it's going to make them make a mistake here and think that the average American, let's play Joe Scarborough, Dan. They're smelling themselves so much. Listen to what Scarborough and Mika said this morning. Democrats have now become the NFL party.
Our job for everyone watching is to get in the trenches and do the blocking and tackling.
Oh, God.
There you go.
All right, I tell you what, as a high school football player and former high school football coach, this guy speaking my language, and even that line that some people flinched at, but football players know, you can sleep when you're dead.
When you're dead.
Yeah, let's go run another couple of, series. But I tell you what, the Democratic Party, really, the sports analogies and everything else really came tumbling out. They seem to be the party of the NFL now.
It's the party of football.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know if people appreciate.
What?
Mika, this is something that I did not think was possible.
I didn't see it coming.
I come from the world of sports.
You do.
In my lifetime,
Who's that
I
guy,
not
Dan?
ever considered that the Democratic Party would be the party that has the most plausible claim to the largest organism in a culture war,
right?
Which is football.
Is that Jacques Lemire? Or is that Willie Geist?
I think it is.
Joe Scarborough say there he played high school football, then he coached it?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, man. Muss up that guy's hair.
Geist started dating his wife, Christina, in high school, where he's a captain of both the basketball and football teams.
Breaking news, Pennsylvania court filing, Dan. Fox is reporting earlier today he is indeed endorsing President Trump. That's what's going to happen. All right, he might be coming on pretty soon, so let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll bring you what he announces. It looks like he wants to be removed from the Pennsylvania ballot, which would be an indicator ultimately he's going to endorse Trump. 855-839-1210. You get in.
Should be a beautiful weekend starting today with sun and 82 degrees going down to 62 overnight. It'll be a little warmer tomorrow, 85 with some clouds moving in. More sun on Sunday with a high of 87. 88 for Monday, but the possibility of some rain.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. You may know me from my book, Money Hacks. You may know me from my radio shows, and you may even know me from some of these commercials. But listen, I'm teaching stuff that people need to learn about money. In fact, my favorite topic is money. So go to investorschooling.com and you will learn things about money that you never even knew existed. We will teach you things about real estate, about the stock market, and about how to use your IRAs properly. Go to investorschooling.com and sign up for a complimentary class this Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That's investorschooling.com. This is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. Are you tired of hearing about the recession that's coming? Are you prepared for it? Well, listen, at investorschooling.com, we're going to teach you ways to prepare for the recession that you didn't even know existed. We're going to teach you strategies on how to use real estate. We're going to teach you strategies how to use the stock market properly. That's right, you can even make money in the stock market when the stock market goes down. Hey, go to investorschooling.com and register for a free class this Thursday night, and you will learn all of these techniques. Go to investorschooling.com right now, RSVP for this Thursday. We'll see you there.
At Cherry Hill Volvo, we are offering the C40 lease for 36 months for under $500 to qualified buyers. This is a really fun Volvo to drive. We also have a huge selection of certified Volvos. And what about $15,000 off when leasing a 2024 XC90 hybrid? This is an incredibly fabulous Volvo. It's the Volvo I drive. Visit us here at Cherry Hill Volvo for the attention and respect you deserve.
40 days to lose up to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet. It only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances so you can lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses your DNA info to help you keep it off. Call Dr. T, 855-5-NJ-DIET, or go to njdiet.com. 40 days up to 40 pounds, 40 days up to 40 pounds, NJ Diet.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com. Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Weather sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Broadcasting live from the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and on the free Odyssey app.
All right, Dom Giordano show, waiting RFK Jr.'s announcement. But this court filing in Pennsylvania to take his name off the ballot, to say no mas in this legal case that's gone on, seems to indicate Fox reporting that he will endorse President Trump. I think, nothing is going to move the world, but it moves percentage points, half a percentage point here and there around this. And the bigger movement might be in Georgia, where today it appears without a doubt that Governor Kemp and President Trump have reached some rapprochement where they're not going to be hammering at each other, meaning the Kemp machine will go all out for Trump there, is what people think could happen, okay? That's all good stuff. That might even be more meaningful. But it certainly has meaning here in Pennsylvania and a couple of other swing states, with RFK Jr., who was taking away more from Trump than he was from Harris at the end here. We'll bring you some of that as it develops. It is very, very positive. And don't forget, we'll be bringing you the guy who helped to broker this deal. That would be Don Jr., RFK Jr., Donald Trump Jr. He'll be with us September 12th. Over at the Scottish Rite Auditorium in Collingswood. Tickets, 1210WPHT.com. As I said, we've opened up more seats, at an incredibly generous discount. I have to commend the people behind that. It's a flash sale, promo code FLASH. You put that in. You'll see how big that discount is. And let other people. It's going to be a fabulous night. All right, let's go to Leslie in Bryn Mawr. Hey, Leslie, afternoon.
Aloha.
Aloha.
So another thing that they tried to steal over the DNC convention was the use of common sense.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very signature Trump line. You know, we're going to use common sense, and Kamala Harris used that last night in her speech. I'm so glad that is over. It was painful.
Well,
so painful.
I think she must have been getting paid to say the word consider. It was like we were in a courtroom. Consider. 7 straight times. Consider.
Yeah. She's good in front of the teleprompter, but take that away and she cannot think on her feet. So the debates will really expose who she really is.
Right, and I think
not to mention everything that's come out of her mouth about, fracking and Green New Deal, and, it's her own words. And if Trump just sticks to using her words.
Well, and also using her in action. Just keep on asking her again and again and again. This gouging was so apparent. That's what did it. Why did you not take any action that you're talking about now as a prosecutor? Why was something not done if it's so clear? And be ready for the rebuttal, but it's not able to be rebutted. That's the big thing. They didn't take any action.
Yeah, and, they keep accusing Trump of, all these falsehoods, just flat-out lies, that he's going to put a ban on abortion, Project 25 is his agenda. It's so hard to listen to the blatant lies, and nobody fact-checks it.
Gotcha. So, Leslie, what's your scene? What's your film?
So I think this scene in this movie rivals A Few Good Men's scene with Colonel Jessup. And it's Al Pacino, his little friend Charlie is being falsely accused of something, and the school snarky headmaster, is going after Charlie, and Pacino has had enough. And the headmaster says, "You're out of order," and Pacino slams his walking stick on the desk.
I show you out of order.
I'll show you out of order.
That is a great scene, but remember, he does that also in the Baltimore courtroom. Remember, he plays the attorney in the corrupt system, and judge says you're out of order, and then things scatter in the courtroom. So he kind of reprised that a bit there.
In the same movie?
No. The name will come to me of that. He plays an attorney in a very corrupt system in Baltimore, which is kind of redundant. Dan's looking it up. But Leslie, good one. We'll talk soon. Son of a Woman. Dan, I don't know why I'm blanking.
And Justice for All.
Yeah, Justice for All. Yeah. Very similar. You're out of order.
Then something really wrong is going on. Mr. Kirkland, you are out of order. You're out of order. You're out of order.
So there you go.
I
That's
see.
Justice for All.
We reprised it. Yeah, they had a walking stick this time. Pacino
Only Charlie here wasn't selling. Sir, you're out of order. Out of order? I show you out of order. You don't know what out of order is, Mr. Trask.
I will not play the next line.
Okay, yeah. He is good at the explosion, an actor who explodes in it. I think Nicholson's better because there's a build-up where he's sneering in A Few Good Men, and then you get it. 855-839-1210.
Still not speaking.
These guys, I didn't think he was one of them. Every single one of them do this. It is just, it's wrong. They know what they're going to say by now, and there's no waiting and all that. I would almost say, look at this as a personal failing, that if the guy can't do it within 5 minutes of the time they set something up, it tells you something, just how they use. And here in Talk Radio, I think it's our duty to bring you the biggest story of the day when he's going to do this, so we figure on that. And here, he's getting another call. Better offer from the Harris? I don't think so. I think he's going to endorse Trump. That's what the Pennsylvania filing tells us today. Take our name off. And Fox is reporting it. I see it that way, too. Again, the Kemp move with Trump, though, might secure Georgia. That could be even bigger. Let's go to Ken in the Northeast on Talk Radio 1210. Hello, Ken.
Hi, Dom. How you doing? Dan, it's Two Beer Friday.
All right. There you go.
There you go, buddy. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Yes.
I want to go with The Sixth Sense.
Okay. What's the scene, though? What's the moment?
When they find out that the little girl was poisoned.
Oh, the scene, the husband looking at the wife in the living room. Yeah.
Yeah, that no matter how many times I watch that, I still get the chill knowing that this woman did that. It's one of them things that sticks to me.
It's a very good one, Ken. Have a good Friday. Thank you.
It's a very good
There's
one.
a scene, Dan, when you do the wake, so to speak, in the family home. The scene in Godfather 2 where Fredo's there because the mom has died, and Michael comes in. Oh, man, what's going to happen? And he embraces him, gives him the kiss. You know what's going to happen next. Not long with Fredo. Very underrated how good of an actor Fredo is in that, and also in Deer Hunter. But in that, he's unbelievable. The scene where he wanted something more. I'm smart. Is tremendous. We'll get off on that. I know it's a Friday. We'll get off on Godfather too easily.
I mean, Jim's up if you want to go back and forth with the whole scene again.
That gets me when you.
Where you at?
You know what? I should have mentioned that. If we could do it briefly, I should have mentioned that one. Dan, that is very meaningful to me when he says, "We'll get there, Pop. We'll get." To me, that's the whole thing. Generations of Giordanos moving forward. All right, Jim, hit us with the line. Uh-oh. Jim, the Giordanos made it in America?
I was trying to answer the phones here and try to talk to somebody. We're not murderers like this Undertaker thinks. Santino, were you paying attention?
Jim's got a different scene here. I don't know what the heck happened.
I know. What scene were you?
It's a scene. It's a major scene, Jim. It's where, it's right. It's where he says, things slip up, and that's okay, Pop. And he goes, I just wanted something different for you.
To call the people at Morgan's, see if we got power for Friday. Did you check with batteries plus bulb for backup systems? They're going to be serving Captain Chucky's here. Just remember, whoever comes to you about this Don Trump Jr. event coming up on September 12th, he's a traitor.
All right. I'll remember. Thank you, Godfather. No, Dan, I am, as you know, very much into that. The family handing down, the family rising. And when he says, we'll get there, Pop, we'll get there. It's just...
And act like a man!
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
It just wasn't enough time, Michael.
We'll get there, Pop. We'll get there.
Could have been Senator Giordano, talk show host Giordano. But hey, you did replace the great Rush Limbaugh, so we did get there.
He's on a roll today. Brought to you by...
brought to you by PNC Bank. All good mafia bonds go to PNC Bank. It's greatest.
All right.
Teaming up with Merrill Reese over there.
Oh, yeah. Both are here. Okay. Let's go to this scene, Dan, might be right in there.
Oh, Paulie, won't see him no more.
That does get me. It's one of my favorite films. Bill in Bucks County. Bill, what's yours? Yo, Bill.
We apparently lost Bill with that.
It's Terminator 2, where the Terminator takes one for the team and goes down to death with the other just to save people. Yeah, that is remarkable. Rick in Warrington on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Rick, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Dom. Good to hear your voice in the afternoon.
Thank you.
I'll start off on my favorite film first, the memorable line, Apocalypse Now, Robert Duvall, after they drop the napalm on the enemy, he says he loves the smell of napalm. It smells like victory.
Yeah, that's a wild film. That's one of the wildest films imaginable. So what do Republicans need to do, Rick? That's Rick, you called in about that.
Yeah, I did. I think every time she says she has accomplished something or she's pointing towards something, there should be a Buick right away, either in print at the bottom of that commercial or in voice saying, what has this woman been doing for the last 3 years and 7 months? Everything she talks about, what has she been doing for the last 3 years and 7 months? Do you trust her?
Gotcha. Well put, Rick. Yeah. What have they done on this if this is such a huge problem and this would bring in line all these food companies? The thing I'd like to see Trump prepare for, maybe Vance might do this more, when we talk with Dan back and forth, how few food companies, is there a monopoly and all that? Let's get the data. Let's get the points out there. Be ready. Because they think this is a winner to get out from under what they've done to the average American. They didn't do it. It was corporate America. Geniuses like Robert Casey Jr. last night stood up there and did it. And in Pennsylvania,
Robert Casey Jr.
He is in he's in such a bubble that when he says, well, look at their record profits, no one says, are you serious, buddy? You've never worked a day in your life other than through daddy and through political nonsense. And you're going to tell egg producers, there's a guy that wants to tell you we don't have enough drop boxes for 95-year-old farmers out in rural Pennsylvania. This is how out of touch he was. All right, we hope to bring you RFK Jr. This is disgraceful stuff. It really is. If you say 2 o'clock, you're going to address the nation. What time zone is this guy in? All right, I'll tell you.
They asked him which time zone he meant.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If he's in California, he'll be waiting for 3 hours.
Oh, God. Let's talk about my buddy Roy and an opportunity here. I love Roy, as you know, Batteries Plus Bulbs in Mount Laurel and Northfield. I've known him for a number of years. And even was at his birthday party. Was it last year or the year before? Because I believe in this guy. He believes in us. And we send people there all the time to get things fixed. Technology. They power it, they light it, they fix it. Well, right now, he doesn't have enough people.
Hey, question for you?
Yes.
When you go to his birthday party, a guy that owns a battery store, and he gets something that has batteries not included that's wrapped, you know how usually when you get that for somebody, you get batteries as well? Do you have to get batteries for someone like Roy?
No, I would say they can make the person go to the store. It's all in this. I would give, hey, Roy, that's another customer here. Well, he'd probably be carrying batteries. I've seen him. He has it in a car. Just something.
He probably just has like a,
yeah, and he's such a good-hearted guy.
His trunk just rolls out to a bunch of batteries.
Yeah, he'd put him in right there. He'd probably have a boat battery if you needed it right there. He's looking for people that get customer service, maybe have a little bit of a technology background. A handy do-it-yourselfer would be ideal. Great low-pressure part-time job. Customer service with Roy is key. So if you're willing to do what it takes to help, give him a call right now at Batteries Plus Bulbs. Remember, they power it, they light it, they fix it. You're a business. They can help you with just about anything. Call 856-638-0778, 856-638-0778. Batteries Plus Bulbs, Mount Laurel and Northfield.
Owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
No one is happy to discover that the air conditioner is broken, and it always breaks on the hottest day of the summer in the middle of the night. That's why so many homeowners have Oliver's Peace of Mind membership. For as little as $13 a month, Oliver maintains your home's cooling, heating, plumbing, and electrical systems all year long. Membership also includes annual inspections, exclusive discounts on repairs and replacements, and priority emergency service. Call Oliver today or visit us online at oliverheatcool.com.
New Jeeps from $269 a month at turnersvillejeep.com. Drive a new Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Compass, or Ram truck from $269 a month at turnersvillejeep.com. 2024 Compass, 4-cylinder auto, $269 a month. 7,500 miles, closed-in lease, 39 months with $2,269 due at inception. Total payments $12,491. MSRP $35,340. VIN number RT175028. Residual $19,083. Tax and tax extra. Not valid with trade-in. $599 doc fee. Ends 8/31/24.
Roofing or siding issues? Don't wait. Call Emmons Roofing and Siding.
We provide comprehensive roofing and siding services with a focus on quality and customer satisfaction. And our warranties ensure peace of mind for you and your family.
Protect your home with the best warranties available in the industry.
Call Emmons at 856-885-6677 or visit callemmons.com.
From top to bottom,
to inside and out,
at Emmons, we have you covered.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
We're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It's Dom time. Dom Giordano. Weekdays, noon till 3 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT and the free Odyssey app.
All right, RFK Jr. has pivoted. He's led off talking about the Democrat Party, what it used to be. Used the term they used to fight authoritarianism and pivoted toward, well, that's what they are now. And he's thanking volunteers, all as a build-up, Dan.
He
he's
actually
definitely
did
dropping
switch
out.
now. He's now leaning towards going and withdrawing, so we should probably take it live.
Okay, let's hear just a little bit of it, yeah.
Today, I'm here to tell you that I will not allow your efforts to go to waste. I'm here to tell you that I will leverage your tremendous accomplishments to serve the ideals that we share, the ideals of peace, of prosperity, of freedom, of health, all the ideals that motivated my campaign. I'm here today to describe the path forward that you've opened with your commitment and with your hard labors. Now, in an honest system, I believe that I would have won the election. In a system the kind that my father and my uncles thrived in, a system with open debates, with fair primaries, with regularly scheduled debates, with fair primaries, and with a truly independent media untainted by government propaganda and censorship. In a system of nonpartisan courts and election boards, everything would be different. After all, the polls consistently showed me beating each of the other candidates, both in favorability and also in head-to-head matchups. But I'm sorry to say that while democracy may still be alive at the grassroots, it has become little more than a slogan for our political institutions, for our media, and for our government, and most sadly at all for me, the Democratic Party. In the name of saving democracy, the Democratic Party set itself to dismantling.
All right, Dan, I think we're going to have to finish up here. And Right before we get off, we'll know if he's endorsing Trump. That's what the Pennsylvania filing says today. So I'm going to go with he's endorsing Trump. The lightning round.
The time has come for the final test.
We usually call it the lightning round.
Brought to you by Cherry Hill Volvo. Right now, Cherry Hill Volvo is offering a $15,000 discount when leasing any in-stock 2024 XC90 hybrid. They always go the extra mile for their customers at Cherry Hill Volvo. All right, you're going to have to be very quick here when I come to you. Let's go to Bruce in the Northeast. Bruce, what's yours?
Hey, Dom, good afternoon. Yeah, my answer is Old Yeller, the movie. It's a story of a rural Texas family in the 1800s and their happy-go-lucky family dog who catches a disease, and how the movie ends. Let's just say there wasn't a dry eye in the house. And
that's always a big one. Bill in Westchester. Bill, what is yours?
It would be, Dom, the closing final scene in American Sniper, the funeral procession down the highway.
When people are standing at attention along the highway and saluting.
Gets me every time.
Yep. I was in the movie theater, Dan. It was a very cold day. People stood up and did the very same thing. They were quiet toward the end of that. So I wish we had a little more time. That's why I tell you, call in earlier with these. Dan, let's pick a winner here.
Yeah, big prize on it.
Right.
On the docket, James Taylor ticket said, I really like today, Dom. I think it stayed out. Leslie and Bryn Mawr, Son of a Woman, Pacino, which kicked off a discussion back and forth about another movie that he had the same exact line in.
All right. Let's put Leslie in the hat.
Yeah, Dom. So Monday, we asked, what's something or somebody known by initials when discussing a certain topic? A great answer came from Gary in Newtown, AI. That being artificial intelligence, or Allen Iverson. Tuesday, Irish Americans. Great Irish Americans. Bob in South Jersey won the day with Ed Sullivan. Wednesday, who would you have as the CEO of your company? Chuck in Newtown Square. Vito Corleone. Thursday, something that loses its appeal if not taken in moderation. Laurie and Ringo's with family vacations. And then you just heard it Friday. Leslie and Bryn Mawr took today's very impactful scene with the scent of the woman, Al Pacino yelling. So I'm going to roll the dice here for those James Taylor tickets. I got a number 2, Dom. That's Irish Americans, Bob in South Jersey. You get those James Taylor tickets. Congratulations, August 30th at the Mann Center.
Nice stuff. That's right. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com. So that's a huge prize for today. Summarizing this with Casey Jr., with Kennedy Jr., what he's talking through, he just went through a whole list, including calling it a coup, taking out Joe Biden. Kamala Harris never got a primary vote ever in her life. How's that democratic? And I'm telling you, the Pennsylvania filing that we have, all are indicative, whether he does it now or tonight, because Trump's in Phoenix too, he is dropping out and he is going to endorse Trump. Now, whether Trump will make him, if he wins, Health and Human Services, we don't know. But Dan, when he said in the beginning, all your work gave us some heft here, some power, and I'm not just going to throw that away. By throw it away, he means if he continued to run, it would be throwing it away. It's a dishonest system. So this is a big development. Mike is in for Rich today. Continued coverage on this. He says democracy is a slogan for the Democratic Party. That's all that it is. All right, Dan, I'll be off on Monday, but you'll be here. And don't forget, Mulligan's a week from today, noon until 3. Big guest, a lot of fun, great food. It is going to be one of the best Mulligans ever. Dan, anything to add?
No, have a great weekend, Dom. It's going to be fun for us, and I hope everyone does this out there as well.
Yeah, I think Matt Rooney's sitting in for me a couple days next week, but I'll be on Tuesday. And then Friday, a week from today, Mulligan, Street 10, West Hildreth Avenue. Can hardly wait. We love the place. We love the people. And let's see if any of those T-shirts are still left. Mike Opelka is next to cover this breaking story. Have a great weekend, everyone. Follow on Twitter at DomShow1210. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
When you go on vacation, does it make sense to have someone else pack for you? Of course not. The same can be said for your retirement.